I had a story for you guys. Here we go. So there's a party of adventurers, and they're going through a dungeon, and they get attacked by what appears to be a pack of food elementals. But every round, the elementals seem to morph bit by bit. Each takes on the appearance of a different party member, going so far as to adopt some of their abilities and features. Fed up and confused, the paladin shouts, "What even are you?" To their surprise, the paladin's counterpart spoke up and replied in the same voice, "I'm you, only butter."
Woo!
I'm leaving.
Good one.
I'm out.
Good evening and welcome to the game room, everybody. I'm LukeTheDM, and it's my job to kill everybody. Welcome to a super fun, special, crazy adventure that we're going to be hosting tonight. We've got ourselves an Amnesty / Shaynar mission, which are always exciting and devious, and I'm excited to get it going. But first off, we've got a couple of announcements, touching base on a few things to get started. The first and most important of which is we have a brand new player tonight, guys.
Woo!
Everybody, please give a warm game room welcome to our friend PengyRage. Pengy, if you want to introduce yourself, just a little bit about yourself and how long you've been playing D&D for.
I don't know. I've been playing like a year, maybe, but like it's been sporadic games with one group.
Such is the nature.
Yeah. I don't know. What else?
It's all good. It's all good. Welcome. We're glad to have you. Hope you have a blast. And what are you playing tonight? What's your character's name, class, and race, just for the people at home?
All right. I'm playing Willow, a wood elf wizard.
Nice. Lots of alliteration. I like it. Alrighty. Well, welcome aboard. It's going to be a blast. You got a good group of people to help you with your first mission. Let's see. Other tack business. Oh, guys, I know some of you have been waiting for this announcement. We officially have a date set for tea time. So, for those of you who are out of the loop and don't know what tea time is we came up with the idea as sort of the staff of the game room to have sort of an open mic night almost, where we want to get to know some of the members of the Tealeaf Adventuring Company a little more personally. So we're just going to chat. I think a lot of people are dressing up as their characters, doing goofy stuff, drinking tea, being all fancy and sophisticated. And if you do choose to participate, you're going to earn a bonus Tealeaf point. Those Tealeaf points are important. The official date, drumroll please, is going to be Sunday, the 16th of August. So not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after that. That just gives us enough room to kind of finalize a lot of the details and for me to find a costume to wear. So it's going to be a good time. I've got the tea part down. I know what I'm doing as far as making it a tea party, but I got to decide what the hell I'm doing for a costume. It's going to be ridiculous. But anyway, so definitely stay tuned for more updates about that as they come out. I mean, I don't think there's really much more to say other than here's the date and time, show up. But yeah, you do get a bonus Tealeaf point as a little incentive to come and check us out. It's going to be cool. As always, we've got our merch. If you want to buy one of these awesome Everybody Sims for the Dungeon Daddy shirts, they're in the Etsy shop, which is !store. Thank you, WeeWoo. This might be my new favorite shirt. This is something great. I don't know. I don't even know. I cannot place the origin of this, but it has stuck so well in the game room, and it makes me happy.
Is it because we're a bunch of deviants? Because that might be it.
Probably. I mean, my secret hope and wish is one day I'm just gonna get our little sound check early, and just all 5 players are gonna be wearing Dungeon Daddy shirts, and my heart and my soul will be complete. But we'll see. But yeah, check out the store. There's a lot of cool stuff too.
I mean, give us a Tealeaf point.
Maybe. Oh, my mom. Hi, Mom. Love you. Yeah. So we've got the store. We've got tea time. Oh, next week, which should be locked in. Everything as it stands, we're good. next week, this time, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be Shiana's backstory mission. There's been a couple of scheduling conflicts that have happened. We've had to put it off, but I've put a lot of love into this. It's going to be the first time that we're doing one of these 10 Tealeaf Point backstory missions for the game room. So it's going to be pretty epic. I can promise you that. Get to know a little bit more about Shiana's dark, mysterious past, and you'll get to kind of see the format and how that's all going to work. And I believe Jay Milio also redeemed hers, so she'll be probably not the week after that, but maybe space it out a little bit. But we'll see how that goes. It's going to be an awesome time. I'm happy to start getting these backstory missions pouring in because they're going to be epic. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, enough of my yapping. I think we are just about ready to get this game rolling. You guys excited?
Absolutely.
All right, beautiful, excellent. So, tonight's mission begins, as they almost always do, in the beautiful free city of Kadoria, sitting on a lonely peninsula to the north of the Midnight Sea. There, on the main strip of the city, known as Evander's Alley, right on the corner between the alley and Melora's Way in the central town square known as Ava's Piazza, right in that prime real estate territory sits a beautiful 3-story mansion, which now serves as the Tealeaf Adventuring Company Guildhall. Yes, I have memorized now. This beautiful, luxurious mansion with gorgeous flower beds and fruit trees growing in the front yard kind of stands out as a beautiful little slice of paradise in the middle of this otherwise bustling urban metropolis of all sorts of different creeds and races and ethnicities and backgrounds. Standing there on the front step of the property, surrounded by a beautiful, well-kept lawn. There's the sounds of songbirds chirping, the scents, sweet aromas of sort of citrus and flowery lilac scents, kind of just lightly blowing through, kind of offsetting a lot of that more dirty and less pleasant urban smells. Stands our newest member, fresh and ready to apply. So Pengy, will you go ahead and give us like a brief physical description of Willow? Like what's kind of her vibe? What's she look like? Is she holding anything weird or unusual?
So she's sort of short. She's about 5 foot. She's got like an average build. She has medium to medium short, dark brown, red hair. With like green tips. And then as far as what she's holding, I guess there's just a wooden staff.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
All right. So, Willow, you stand in front of this beautiful, luxurious mansion. A little nervous, but in front of you are a large, maybe 12-foot tall set of double dark oaken doors. And there's 2 sets of like brass door knockers, like right about, a little under eye level for you. And if you look under that, maybe about 2 feet off the ground, there's a second set for, shorter people. So what would you like to do?
I guess I'll knock on
All right.
the shorter one.
You knock on the shorter one, okay. So you knock and you wait. You wait. About a minute goes by. 2 minutes go by. Kind of look around. No one really seems to be paying any attention to you. But no one's answering.
Okay, I'll try the top one.
All right. As you go to grab the top knocker, the door swings open and you almost fall. And you see this individual looking down, suddenly backs up and is caught off guard because someone short. You see this very fabulously and flamboyantly dressed red-skinned tiefling individual with like a mop of shaggy, dark blue, black hair, these curling ram horns, and these bright golden eyes. And he gives you this sort of surprised expression, but then a bright smile and says, "Hey, hi, welcome. You must be new here. I'm Amy. I am the doorman for the Tealeaf Adventuring Company, and I'm at your service." And he sort of gives a resplendent bow.
Hi,
So what's your name?
I'm Willow.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. So you're here to sign up, then I take it.
Yes.
Okay. Follow me. I'll get you all set up. We'll chit chat a little bit later about your room. I'll get you the specifics on that. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and I've actually got something really excited. You're just in time. This is gonna be perfect. And he kind of like gives you a once over. And you're a magic-y sort, right? Cool. We'll get along just fine. All right, follow me. And he leads you through the doors into this like this lovely sort of entry hallway, this foyer, if you will, and down a long hallway on either sides, lined with very expensive and fancy portraits of noble-looking halflings. There's another large set of double oaken doors, which he throws open, revealing the Tealeaf Adventuring Company Guild Lounge, where all of our other players are casually hanging out. It's fairly early in the morning, it's probably like 10 o'clock, maybe just after breakfast time. The usual hustle and bustle of the guild hall sort of fills the ambience here. You guys can see Reginald is, as always, busy filing paperwork. You can see Selena is sitting on a couch, just like cuddled up with Admiral, just kind of like scruffing her ears, and just sort of like sitting by the fire. Era, the small little brass dragon wormling, is currently practicing gliding from the back of like these recliners from one to the other, and you can see Marigold is sitting with a like little coffee mug, just sort of like casually enjoying the ambience here. So, what are the rest of you guys doing this morning?
I'd imagine that Orsik is just putting the finishing touches on Gregor's armor, getting him sized into it.
Cool, cool.
So I think we're probably off in a corner somewhere fixing, getting
Alright.
that set up.
Buckles are all nice and tight and not, gonna
The
fall apart
appropriate
on me.
sizes and whatnot, because got to make sure the craft is all nice and set up.
Nice, nice.
Yep.
Eh, Brenna and Skamos, what are you guys up to?
Skamos is probably having a drink by whoever's nearby.
A nice mimosa or something?
I'd probably just be. I was just chatting with friends that I've made so far, and
Cool.
maybe sipping some tea. Just the
All
tea
right.
leaf adventure. Yeah. Cat. Sorry.
It's all good. So as all of you guys are just enjoying your morning business, Amnesty throws open the doors and goes, "Hello, everyone! I have a special announcement. We have a brand new applicant. This is Willow. Everyone say hi to Willow."
Hi, Willow. Or, sorry.
Yeah, that buckle-
Hi, hello, Willow.
You see the three halflings, Reginald, Selena, and Marigold, all sort of give you a friendly wave. And Amnesty, Amy, the tiefling individual, kind of taps you on the shoulder, Willow, and says, "All right, go meet and greet, have some fun. I've actually got to finish up a little bit of paperwork with Reginald, but I'll be making an announcement here shortly, so stay tuned." And he kind of saunters off towards the older gentleman behind the counter, sort of filing away some paperwork, and they start having like a hushed conversation.
Hey,
Marigold-
Willow, come over here. Sit down.
I go over and sit. Hello.
Well, hi. I'm pretty new here too. What
Some adventure, some practical. For you?
just money mostly, but yeah, it's I pitch really well, so that's working out great for me. Almost died last time. I didn't like that so much, but yeah, it's adventure. You got it. Money. All great reasons.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, if you head on out on a mission, we can. We've been on 4 missions so far, so I can definitely keep you safe.
Oh,
About this time, a short, maybe like just over 3 foot tall woman halfling walks up to you with this fiery orange hair that almost flows like molten rock, wearing this like very bright orange and purple, kind of clashy kimono. And you can see braided into her hair, she's got this, like, it looks like a peacock feather, but the colors are inverted, almost like a negative image. It's very striking, it stands out. She's just clutching this coffee mug, and she sort of walks over and kind of, welcome to the guild, I'm Marigold. If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask, okay?
All right. Thanks.
The rest of these doofuses are a little goofy at times, but we like to.
I wouldn't say I'm goofy.
Yo, Miss Marigold, I'm right here.
Oh, I was talking about my family. You're all
Mm.
lovely. You're all lovely.
Orsik kind of shrugs and tightens a waist belt on Gregor.
I'll get you back for that one. Undo it a bit.
So, Willow, was it? Yes. Have you ever been on sort of a adventure before? You seem, no offense, you do seem quite green.
Yeah, no.
Well, don't worry. We'll be sure to let you in, nice and gently, not to get you into anything dangerous, and get your feet. And right as she kind of finishes rambling and trailing off this sentence, you hear Amnesty kind of slam a paper on the desk and go, "All right, we're in. Everybody, gather around, gather around. I have another contract." And
Ooh, sign me up.
Selena, sitting on the couch, just kind of goes, "Pfft. Okay, I've had like 5 already. This is like what, 3rd? Come on, catch up." And Amy kind of shrugs her off. Well, so everyone, just so you're aware, I have a repeat client that some of you probably know already. But
Orsik groans, knowing it could only be one person.
Amy
Ooh,
kind of,
another one from them.
yeah. So Shaynar's back. He's been really busy. But
Again.
why don't I just let him talk for himself? And he kind of like waves his hands, and a little mage hand spell over the door, and sticking out from apparently just waiting in the back hallway, steps out a rather sketchy looking dude, for lack of a better term. This very well dressed but insidious and sort of fine featured high elf steps out with his chin sort of tilted upright, these long, sharp eyebrows kind of furled into a snarl as he sort of scans the room. And he kind of locks eyes with Amnesty and lets out this sort of curled grin. "Yes, good morning, welcome. So, Amnesty, this is the rabble rousers you've gathered for my very important mission. This is the best you've got to offer." And Amy kind of, I mean, yeah, they're solid. Yeah, they'll be good. And you see Shaynar kind of looks over and kind of locks eyes with Skamos, and he locks eyes with Orsik.
It's been a while.
Indeed, it has. I will say would not have been able to make it this far without you two specifically, so I'm glad to see some familiar faces at least.
Orsik locks eyes with him, and you can hear crickets chirping in the background.
There's a quizzical pause, a half a second, catching him off guard. He sort of smirks a bit. As for
Aren't we inside?
apparently, crickets can show up in the strangest of environments. You'd be surprised. As for the other 3 of you, I cannot attest to your specific ability, but nevertheless, I'm sure you'll serve some purpose, if nothing else than more than a bad example. So, make do with
Haven't
what
died
you've
yet.
got.
I'm quite qualified.
Very well. As always, I am no stranger to coin, so this contract will pay handsomely, as it should. You, Fortunate 5, are about to be part of something extraordinary. And you can see there's like a light that kind of shines in his eyes as he says this.
Said that before, didn't he, Orsik?
He did.
Good to know. Good to know.
Perhaps we should discuss the finer details of this mission in my laboratory. And Amy kind of goes, well, I mean, I guess, yeah, we got it kind of all on the paperwork, and Reginald kind of scribbling quickly with like a feather quill pen, just goes, yep, everything's set on our end, Mr. Shanar. You're free to do as you wish. And clearly, Reginald's kind of like half participating in this conversation. He's very busy with his paperwork, but eager enough to accept a very lucrative contract once again. Shanar gives a wide grin. Very well then. If you'd all accompany me, I will escort you to my laboratory where I can discuss exactly what it is I need from all of you. He kind of makes eye contact with each of you one by one.
Orsik brushes his hands from all the work he's been doing on the armor, gives a really shrill whistle, and somewhere from behind Shanar clanks the steel defender and sits down at Orsik's feet. I'm ready to. I'm ready to go.
How did I not hear this thing before? I must have missed it.
Are you insisting upon bringing that lot of junk along with you?
Look, either he brings that with me or I don't go. I'm louder than that thing.
Just make sure it doesn't go anywhere or break any decor in my home. Very well.
Keep it in
gather
mind.
Gather round. And he kind of extends his hands almost to like form a circle.
Not walking there.
Oh, no, I live... it takes... have any of you ever been to Lexigrad?
Lexigrad.
I don't think I have.
Probably on campaign once. Who
Perhaps.
remembers?
Well,
One can teleport us, right? We're not gonna walk.
no, of course. Just, I'm trying to complete the ritual. If you buffoons would simply link up, be there in a jiffy.
Oh, sure.
I grab his hand.
I grab two of my compatriots' hands, preferably not his.
All right.
Yeah, anything but his.
All right.
I'll buffer. I'll grab his hand.
Okay.
Seems like the only person who likes this guy.
He pays really well.
He pays well. That's really the only reason I do
Yeah.
this. He's a pompous prick.
As the circle of hands is formed, there's an arcane incantation, and you all feel this sudden drop in your stomach, almost like that feeling of like going over the edge on a roller coaster, that like lurch from your stomach to your throat, and your sense of balance is completely disoriented as your vision sort of tunnel visions into black. And then in a bright instant with a flash, you end up kind of tossed out, some of you catching your feet, others, Orsik, not so lucky, kind of tumbling, ends up in what appears to be an abandoned building. You can immediately are assaulted by the overwhelming stench of piss and like rust and sweat and stale booze, and it's just this awful, nasty cacophony of odors that assaults you. Looking around,
Well, this makes sense.
Skamos is completely unaffected by this, dealing with dead bodies for most of his
Yeah.
life.
Looking around,
Battlefields, we're good.
you appear to just be in some sort of like abandoned, rundown building. That, looking around with all the random bits of broken furniture and like the remnants of what appears to be sort of like a corner L-shaped counter, this might have at one time served as like a storefront, but even the front door is barely hanging on by one of its hinges and sort of just like creaking in the breeze. It looks like this building is long been neglected and abandoned. Shanar says, well, forgive me my lack of a facade here. However, I find this illusory appearance tends to keep out most of the ne'er-do-wells. If you'll accompany me, we'll head straight to the laboratory. And
I was gonna say I was expect. Oh, I was gonna say I expected white marble and golden trim everywhere.
Nah, this makes sense.
he begins to sort of glide between all of you back behind the counter, and you see him kind of just gesture up with a finger, and a trap door opens up, very well hidden from sort of the common sight. He kind of just beckons down this trap door.
Orsik is
See
gonna
them?
take lead at this point. He's like, oh, whatever. I've been through this man's nonsense before. I can do it again.
Yeah, I'll go down behind the stunty.
Whoever's I follow behind them.
All right.
All mine.
Okay. Shaynar follows last, grabbing and closing the trapdoor behind him. And you all find yourselves in a bit of a dimly lit but elaborate and magnificent arcane laboratory. There are bookshelves lined with various tomes and parchments and scrolls. Laboratory benches lined with cauldrons and alembics and bubbling flasks and bits of tubing and wiring going in between various bits of alchemical equipment. Um, you can see there appears to be like these wrought iron bird cages hanging from the ceiling, sort of just like rocking to and fro. The shadows kind of obscuring some of the light, but it appears that they're maybe empty. You're not quite sure. Um, there are star charts lining the walls and up on the ceiling, and you can see there's like a large scrying orb embedded into the middle of this brazier in the middle, so that the fires kind of ripple off and scatter the light in unique and fascinating ways. And amongst all of this magnificent and probably very expensive arcane equipment, um, near the center of the room, in front of a bookshelf, you can see purposely laid out is a rather large, pretty significantly large, like two-handed red tome with golden inlay that looks very familiar to a couple of you.
Do I
Nice
recognize
book.
it?
So this would be actually let's
I
well,
believe.
Orsik, it seems like you remember what this is. So why don't
Yep.
you go ahead?
We got this for him. I think Skamos was the other one who would remember it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I spoke too much. I forgot.
Hmm.
Too many bad memories in my past.
A little late reading, eh?
Yes, I've been very busy. And he kind of gives you this like excited looking smile, and there's this look of eagerness and of anticipation and excitement that's rather uncharacteristic for the normally calm and cool and collected Shaynar. I believe we have stumbled upon something absolutely brilliant. This tome, this book, escaped the annals of history. I'm not sure how something so significant could go unrecorded or undocumented in any civilization's libraries or records or archives throughout all the history I've been able to research. This is mind blowing. But this specific tome right here, and he sort of like, as he's talking and gesturing, he sort of like positions himself so that his back is facing the book and he's addressing all of you. Puppy, it's okay. This
Covers.
here is what I've come to understand to be called the Index Incarnatum. It is a tome of great and terrible power. I've done my best to decipher and to divine, and to discover its hidden potential and properties, although it has proved very elusive and quite an enigma to even the most brilliant minds such as me. However, I do believe I've finally cracked the code.
Or you just cracked your brain. One way or the other.
I hope this isn't another book of witchdom. Don't need more of that.
I speculate this is something much more grandiose than simple petty attempts at immortality. This
Oh, that's good.
this tome is the key to a realm simply known as the Archive. And within this archive, if my readings and divinations are correct, contains every single idea, every written word, every spoken note of all of every sapient being's knowledge throughout the multiverse. This is the collective brain, everything that has ever lived.
As a cleric, would I have known about this potential realm
I would
in
say
terms of like religion?
no. This is
No?
completely occult and completely obscure, and it has never been recorded or documented or talked about in any book outside of history. So this is his
Yeah.
first. He's like the first to discover it, as far as you know.
So
This
what do you
all-
intend us to do?
Surely, such a collective of knowledge and of documentation of history was not created without some sort of safeguard. There has to be a catch. There simply can't be this realm without some sort of protection mechanism. And I have hired you to aid me in traversing through this archive and finding out exactly how it works. Precisely how to acquire the information I seek, and how to navigate and avoid much of the peril that surely lies within.
That sounds very dangerous. But
Indeed. However,
Going to a world of books to find a book.
yeah,
in so many words, from
I am not the right man for this job, but it'll be fun anyway.
from what I can divine, time and magic seem to be distorted within the archive. I believe certain spells might not function as they would on the prime material plane or perhaps other planes of existence.
like what kind of spells?
Specifically, divination magic seems to be hindered quite potently within, as whatever safeguards this archive does not want knowledge to be found without going through the proper procedures.
So I'm going in without my balls, is what I'm being told.
Like, what if you don't know how magic works and someone just gave you powers, like, and you don't know if your magic's gonna work or not once you get in there? Like, just saying. And then I cast
Well-
Eldritch Blast and like hit the wall. Like, is that gonna work? Oh, sorry. No.
It obviously works out here, imbecile, but once you're within the archive, I can't learn whether or not certain magics will work. Although that seems crude and brown enough for the excuse of an arcane spell that it shouldn't be hindered.
Me at least, with my whole being able to cast magic solely based on my deity lending it to me.
We shall have to see.
Oh.
Great. I mean, maybe we could get
Back
someone else.
everything.
Are
I'm
you
still
coming in
pretty
with us
range.
today, or will you be sitting here reading a book?
Oh, no, I fully intend to join you on this. I wouldn't want to miss a second of it.
Is there a
Marvelous.
chance to get trapped in there, or like?
Perhaps. It's all still a mystery. That's sort of the excitement of it, isn't it?
Okay. You said it pays well, though.
Indeed.
Okay.
Should we discover how the archive itself works, I'm willing to pay 600 gold pieces a head, plus a handsome commission to the guild. And if we are able to find the specific literature that I'm searching for, which we might not, I'd be willing to bump it up to 800 gold pieces a head.
Question: do you happen to have anything that may hold spells that I could draw from.
No. No.
Shame.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Shall see.
Take a moment to prepare if you must. I know some of you scholarly types need to adjust according to the situation. I have time. I can wait. So, if my prepared casters, because I know I've got a lot of them tonight, I think it's everybody except Brenna is a prepared caster. Go ahead and take a couple minutes to prep what spells you want to take into this, knowing that specifically divination magic seems to be blocked. So spells like find person,
trap.
locate objects, find traps ain't gonna work here. Yeah.
When has it ever?
You
worked?
You say it like
I might have completely misunderstood what you said. So I think
You
I
said divination, not divine magic.
Yeah, divination magic, not divine
Yeah.
magic.
I realized it's after the fact. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm fine. I don't use those spells. What do I look like?
Other than identify, maybe.
Well, though, that being said, I do have spells that are divination.
Yeah, conveniently, I did not prepare any of them this time around, so I'm good.
Cool.
No, actually, you know what? No, I'm good. I lied.
Alrighty.
Now it's more making sure, am I doing all the... It's like heavy lifting on the healing or not. But,
Oh no, guidance divination. I just got guidance.
oh jeez.
Alrighty.
No, I'm good.
Are any other last minute preparations or questions that anyone would like to answer or ask or prepare before we embark? Alrighty.
Oh, well, I kind of just warn everyone every time I go on an adventure, if I die, if you could just mail my mom my gold, that would be super. I heard like the dress is in my room. Just, it'd be really nice for you guys.
If we make it back, we'll make sure it happens.
Okay, all right. Well, just in case.
Shadar
that should be good.
excitedly stands over and kind of traces his finger along the outside of the book, just kind of waiting for the verbal affirmation that you guys are prepared.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna whisper like, "Why don't you guys like him?"
He just gives off a slimy vibe.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually perfectly okay with this man. Mainly because he's given me lots of gold.
And I do got a lot of debt.
yeah, I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, if you die, I'll make sure Tick gets your share.
Excellent.
Was that his only perk? The gold?
I don't mind his personality as much as the others, but that's about it.
Very well. Shall we enter the archive?
See you whenever.
Yeah, let's go to this world of
Let's
books.
do it.
All right. And
Sounds
you
good to me.
watch as Shaynar takes a step back and sort of pop. Oh, go ahead. Did you want to say something, Brenna?
Yeah, audio's cutting out a bit there.
Yeah.
Yep, just a little bit.
So Shaynar takes a step back and sort of centers himself in front of the lectern, sort of pops his collar a little bit, and begins to trace and cast various arcane runes, and you see his eyes begin to glow gold before they slowly fade to this inky black. And you see the index autonomously open itself, and a single page flips. Slowly and delicately at first. Slowly getting faster and faster, multiple pages flipping at the same time until it's this variable torrent of wind and the sound of fluttering paper. And all of a sudden, the book ignites, and there's this bright, luminous blue, sort of purple flame that seems to erupt from out of the book itself, and it grows brighter and brighter and brighter. And at first, over the course of thinks that this is more of a paltry trick than anything, a interesting and beautiful display of whatever strange magics this is. However, that flame continues to burn brighter and bigger and brighter and bigger, and it expands at such a rate that before you can even act or process, your mind goes from the thought of, oh, that's different. Oh, that's different. Oh, before the flame completely envelops all of you in this searing, burning, cleansing fire that activates every nerve ending in your body, and for a brief second, you feel the most excruciating, crushing, soul-wrenching pain.
This is
And then,
refreshing.
and then it stops. And all of you wake up suddenly as if from a dream. In what appears to be a cold, dark, dank, subterranean corridor.
Oh, this is different.
I haven't been one of these in a while.
It is pitch black as you enter down here.
I'll see.
Ah, okay.
All right.
There we go.
Can everyone see?
No.
Gregor, you are a human.
I also don't have dark vision, so
Yes,
it doesn't surprise me.
Mhm.
Everyone else probably can.
I could cast a light spell on some object of yours if you'd like. Like your shield or your sword. I don't know what you wear.
I need to double check thaumaturgy real quick. No, thaumaturgy ain't gonna help me here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You're saying that you
sure.
could
If
cast
you
a
want to
light
make the
spell on your
shield glow for me, that works fine.
Cool. I woke up and I touched the shield.
All right.
Well,
Alrighty. All of a sudden, as you finish this quick little cantrip, Brother Gregor's shield begins to glow with this luminous light. Briefly, you can see there is a small bell, a silver bell protruding right up out of the ground, and a sign next to it.
What does the sign say?
And don't everybody run to read the sign at once.
The sign says, please ring the bell for service, and then sort of broken off on that, please be quiet while within the archive.
So the room that we're in, is this all that we can, like, 4 walls surrounding us completely?
Yes, however, immediately to Orsik as he steps away, there appears to be, for those of you that you can see, Gregor, what you see is a sheer drop-off, and then just an endless void of darkness beyond this little bit of flooring you have here. Maybe about 10 feet in front of you, it just drops off into nothingness.
I'm gonna get
Glad I didn't start walking first.
Mhm.
That would have
I
hurt.
wanna tap on the elf's shoulder and wanna ring the bell.
I was going to do it.
Yeah, I think we're all going for the bell.
quiet. There's a bell.
Ding.
You ding the bell, and it echoes and reverberates, kind of giving you a better idea of the size of the room. And nothing happens. And it's at this moment that you also take a second and realize that Shaynar is nowhere.
I
to
was
be
just
seen.
gonna mention that. Where is
No.
he?
Lying son of a...
I don't think he was lying, but I think he might have been pulled to a different area just because of how he's probably the person that summoned it or used this.
You can say he's a big piece of shit. It's okay.
I mean,
We're all
that's
adults.
your words, not mine.
All right.
I'm okay with big piece of shit. It's fine.
That's really messed up. I mean, it hurt really bad getting here. Which
It was like a light tickle.
If he's not here, we're gonna...
Good question.
hopefully.
You might not be getting paid, Orsik.
A few of you who are a little more gifted, I think actually it's just Brenna, with your divine gifts, are able to see that across this void, this gap, there appears to be another landing and a door beyond that.
Oh yeah, see that.
Mhm.
And it's just a void. It's like a drop off.
It looks like there's just pitch black, up, down, left, right, nothingness. And you gather it's maybe 65, 70 feet across.
Misty step.
You're going to Misty Step?
No, that's right. Misty step to the corner. So there's some straight.
You're cutting out just a little bit. Sorry, I hear you.
Yeah, Kelbrina, if you want to disconnect and reconnect real quick, that might help.
Technical difficulties. No worries, guys.
Oh yeah.
It happens. No worries.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
That sounds a bit better.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So I just point out that there is a platform that I can see
Mhm.
in that direction.
Okay.
Are any of you really good at jumping, or flying, or teleporting? Oh,
See me wearing full plate. I'm lucky if I can get 2 feet off the ground.
I also have half plates.
should we?
We're so screwed.
Should we be just really quiet just for a minute and see what happens? Just no one talk, no one move.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. So you
Okay,
all.
3, 2, 1.
What are we doing?
God damn it, Orsik. Alright, actually, wait. What's over there? You said there's a platform and a door, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
from what you can see, actually, Brenna, go ahead and make me a perception check. First roll of the night. It's
Classic
a bit
first
far
roll.
away. Yeah, it's a bit far away, but there appears to be some sort of like glyph or symbol on the door. Just from this distance, you can't quite make it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And it just looks like there's nothing. I mean, I can see pretty good in the dark now. And it looks like there's just nothingness down there. That's pretty far. I don't know. It's like 70 feet.
Anybody got extra rope?
I believe I have 50 feet on me.
Right. I got 50 feet on me. The trick is hitting the door.
I don't think I have any.
Luke, can I tell how far the gap is?
With your character's vision, no. You see out into blank nothingness.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, just because Kelbrina has like the extended devil sight,
No worries.
she's got the 120
Thanks
feet of
for the
dark vision.
flavor, Luke. Thanks for
Yeah.
the
If she
flavor.
tells us where to shoot,
Yeah.
we can try to hit the door.
I mean, I could just hit the door with with my Eldritch Blast.
No,
Like, we'll solve that.
what my goal is here. If Orsik and I tie our ropes together and we shoot a cross and wedge it into the door,
Oh, okay.
Luke,
we might be able to swing this.
Are there is there a wall along the edge of this pit? Like, is this 20-foot wide pit, or does it extend outward around it? Like, is there...
It's hard to tell. It's there's no real, like, if you kind of like reach your hand to the side, there's no solid surface.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so I'm not gonna make a rope bridge across because that would be probably a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ring the bell again, but I'm gonna do the doot 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 doot.
Okay. Ding 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 ding.
Shave and a haircut. 2 bits.
There's a glyph on the door, though, you said.
Maybe a glyph might not be the right. There's a symbol on the door. It's a little hard to tell.
And Kelbrina is Brenna's the only one who can see, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And she can't really tell what it is. She
You
can't
might
make
have to
it
get
out.
a. You might. It's kind of small. You might have to get a little bit closer to actually make it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't make it out.
No, it's okay.
It's like trying to read like a street sign like down at the end of the highway, and you're just like, I know there's words there, but I don't know what they say.
Well, you gotta do something.
The bell
Look,
rings
I'm telling
out
you, we
the
just shoot the rope across. We'll tie our ropes together. We'll shoot across and see how good we do.
I have. All right. All right.
Have some faith, Orsik.
I
I
will
have
not be
sticky
crossing
boom-boom.
that.
You have what? Sorry.
I have some sticky boom boom.
No, we're not using the sticky boom boom in the library world.
I want to throw it across the pit, land it on the other side to give us some more light to see over there.
How far can you throw your sticky boom boom?
Let me check the write up.
I could just cast light on an arrow and you can shoot the arrow over there.
I do have a non-magical crossbow I could fire over there. That would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I can go touch
That
one of your
works.
bolts and send it over there.
All right. Is that what we're doing?
Sure.
I can do it, yeah.
Okay. Make an attack roll for me, Orsik.
Alrighty, one moment.
I'm going to be nice enough to get away from the edge because I don't trust
So-
it no more.
Luke, I don't have I have a light crossbow that's not set up for rapid shot. I'm just going to use the rapid shot. It's just going to be -3 from that attack roll.
Okay, no worries.
Oh,
18, nice. So
Nice.
you lock and load, holding the crossbow ready. Brenna walks up and lights the tip of it, and you fire off into the void. And as the arrow streaks across, you can see, for all the rest of you, rapidly approaching is another landing and a door. Let me illuminate it for you.
okay.
So you guys should all now be able to see directly across that arrow light up the other side.
Willow, what do your elven eyes see?
Your elven eyes.
Taking the hobbits to us.
What do they see?
So directly across is kind of as Brenna had described. There's another similar platform to the one you're on with a door on the far side, and there appears to be some sort of writing or symbol on the door that all of you can now see, although maybe not make out. If you'd like to, you can make a perception check.
If you'd like to, you
Then
can what?
let's
Okay.
You can make a perception check to try to see the symbol.
Okay.
Sure,
now,
why not?
now that there's light illuminating it for everyone. Ooh, Brother Gregor, nice.
Not so nice.
How do? Oh no, I did it.
Yep,
Okay.
you did it. You're good. All right. Very nice. So, for those of you who rolled higher than a 15, that would be Brother Gregor and ClericSkamos. On the door, sort of juxtaposed in the center, appears to be what appears to be the symbol for some sort of like arcane eye. Like a purple, almost Egyptian-looking glyph. But then surrounding that and actually cutting through it is this big red circle with a cross through it, like a no. And this can only be interpreted as an anti-magic symbol. Very crudely drawn, but universally understood, no magic.
I'm going to ring the bell.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and ring the bell like a couple times again.
Can I reread
You
the sign?
also take this time to notice that the I don't know the technical term, the little hangy ball part of the bell, the little dinger, whatever, has been cut and is missing. So any noise that you're making is actually coming from physical contact with the bow and not from pulling the rope.
Oh. I should have took mending.
Dude,
I have
Yeah.
mending.
I also have
Got
mending.
that on the-
Now I don't think I took bending.
Do you have the piece that's missing?
You.
Oh, I guess
I'm gonna look in the floor see if it's fallen off anywhere.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Sick. I got investigation. A flat 0. Nice.
Alright. The sound of rustling pages as from up and out of the darkness appears kind of a peculiar sight. It appears to actually be a book, but it's kind of flapping, almost like a bird. The covers are sort of flapping there, and you can see there's these two sort of like glowing orange orbs that almost appear like eyes that are just sort of tracking and beating on all of you, and the book just sort of flaps. And it kind of cocks to the side a little bit, almost quizzically.
We seek to gain access to the library.
The book does a backflip and then flies over and goes straight into the door and then disappears through the door.
Do you think he
I'm
understood?
gonna, maybe. I'm gonna take a rock and just throw it into the void.
All right, do you have a rock?
Is there one nearby?
Doesn't look like
I've got
it.
enough miscellaneous crap that he can throw. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna throw one of my bolts because I don't use my good light bolt that often.
You take your crossbow and just drop it, and it disappears into the darkness, out of sight.
Well, I just wanted to throw my bolts to be clear.
A moment later, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Nice.
So as you're watching and trying to like bead, you feel. Go ahead and make an attack roll with your crossbow.
Oh, no.
good.
Sick.
So it's not it won't be a crit, but just go ahead and just roll the damage for me. So you take 7 points of piercing damage as the arrow actually catches you right in the back of the head, and you just feel this like warm trickle of blood coming down the back of your head.
Wait, as in like it dropped from above?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need assistance, please.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Mhm.
Only one way to find out how this is gonna work. And I'm fatalistic to try it. Yep. Going off the edge.
All right. So are you? So, Brother Gregor, describe to me exactly what you're doing.
Oh, I'm going for like the running leap across. I'm like, what?
Okay. So you.
Only one way to go.
All right. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Hey, what do you know? I'm good at that one.
You're a soldier. Okay. And what is your strength score?
16.
16. Nice. Okay. So that would be 5 plus, so you'd be 8 feet. So I'll round it up to 10. So as you jump, you guys watch as Brother Gregor jumps and makes it just about 10 feet and falls out of sight. Ah, ah, as he reappears and falls in the air, accelerating. Again, faster. Again, faster. Again, faster. Again, faster.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, this is gonna hurt a lot.
With that forward momentum, I'll say you have enough time to realize what's happening. If there's any last minute reaction you want to try to do,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink.
It's gonna hurt. I will at least cast aid on my. Can I cast aid on myself? Technically.
As you're falling, sure, you can kind of grab your holy symbol and try to cast aid.
Oh, did not think this out too well.
All right.
So that at least gives me another 5 to my maximum HP and another.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about
As-
it.
Coming into the opposite end, you take 23 points of fall
I'm
damage.
alive.
Are you? What happened? Are you okay?
Oh,
You definitely felt something crack with the impact, and you're standing there kind of just catching your breath, but you're conscious, and you made it across.
I'm alive. Holy shit.
That looked painful, lad.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. I've taken worse.
Ugh.
I'm gonna drink a potion.
Okay.
Let's-
As
Truth be
you,
told, we probably could have just, taken the rope across. I'm just saying.
Skamos, real quick, as you pull out the health potion and go to drink it, I need you to make me an Arcana check real quick.
Okay.
And now that I've landed at least, I'm going to cure myself a little bit, because that hurt a lot.
As this is happening, Skamos, you chug your potion. Brother Gregor, you go to cast Cure Wounds on yourself.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and cast
1d4
spell.
plus 2, right?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
However,
I'll take it. Uh-oh.
both of you realize that neither the spell nor the potion have any effect. And it's the
Oh.
simultaneous realization of, oh, fuck.
It's
Well,
okay.
if I Well, if I wanted to drink red cherry sauce, I would have done that. What a waste.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Alright. Orsik, I'm getting out of the way. Oh shit, did anybody else have any other rope?
I have rope.
Tie the ropes together and shoot the door with an arrow.
I think I can do that.
And then, what did the sign look like on the other side? Like, is there enough that we could have tied a rope to it to kind of anchor the other side, if necessary?
It does look like there's like a door knob, like a handle that you could turn and then push open. So it looks like you could theoretically tie something to it, yeah.
Because the plan is basically anchor one rope to the door, one rope to the sign, and get everybody across.
It's an
Because I
idea.
don't think everybody wants to leap of faith it.
What if we just walk out slowly instead of like catapulting ourselves?
I think it'd be worse.
It might be worse. You might fall faster.
Oh,
And again, to be
does
fair,
someone find out?
like, for what it's worth, Brother Gregor is like, 250 pounds plus and wearing plate mail.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to go that fast,
Hmm.
other than Orsik.
I'm also
But you guys actually, I'd like everyone to make an intelligence check. Just everybody flat intelligence.
Hey,
Make one now that I'm over. Nope, wouldn't have helped me.
Natural one. Yeah,
I
you
would have
might
done
be
it anyway.
You might be slightly concussed.
To be fair, when the temporary hit points run away, I still only have... Well, temporaries get eaten away first. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll still be good. I will still be good.
Mhm.
I'll only have 6 hit points.
All right. And I know you're a little busy. Sorry, WeeWoo. You want to give me an intelligence check real quick?
No. No, I will.
You're the most intelligent of all of us.
Just because I'm an intelligence-based
Yeah.
caster. Oh, okay, never mind.
So you gather just from hearing this conversation and watching the way Brother Gregor gracefully tumbled and splatted on the other end, you gather that this is sort of a bit of a momentum game where Gregor actually got fairly lucky in that most of his momentum was forward, and so the amount of loops that he went through across this was actually only 6.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so if someone were to theoretically just drop down,
It would be worse.
it would be much worse.
Oh,
Alright,
I
so I think we need to take a running leap here.
Or you shoot an arrow across and we tie the rope. And at least if you fall halfway across.
I only have 50 feet of rope.
Somebody, I think Brenna had
I
rope as
could-
well.
I have 50 feet of
Hang on,
rope,
Hold on. Brenna, you have
and I
50
could
feet
grab
as
it
well?
in the misty step.
I'm gonna hurt you, Orsik.
I got an idea. I have an idea. I'm going to... sorry. Brenna, you have 50 feet of rope, right?
I do.
Okay,
do.
I'm
I'm
going to tie
prepared.
the two 50 feet lengths together. Okay, follow me, Luke. I'm going to
I
tie
got
it to a crossbow bolt, and I'm
Yep.
going to shoot it at the ledge just below here. And then
Okay.
drop the rope down and see if it works.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, that's not going to work because then...
Falls is gonna fall forever. Shoot at the door.
It's not
Actually,
enough
to be
rope,
fair,
though.
if I'm lighting up... WeeWoo.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm guessing at where the rest of the party is, so if this arrow is horribly off, I'm sorry. So here's the door. I'm guessing this is a platform.
Okay, there is enough rope then. I will do that. I will fire on the door.
Okay. Firing directly on the door.
Using the light.
You sure you don't want to fire at the shield? Because I'm really good at catching arrows.
Everybody stop changing the plan on me.
I'm just angry that now you decide to go with the plan after I go, leap of faithing.
I was about ready to just jump off myself too, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna roll the same thing, light crossbow, heavy crossbow -3.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
15.
So, interestingly enough, you fire the bolt and it glides across the void through the air, and there's actually a little bit of a magnetic pull, and it happens to hit Gregor's shield and then bounce off of it. But it's just enough time where it kind of slows the momentum, where, Gregor, you're able to grab that rope quickly and then actually tie a nice secure knot onto the handle of the door. So it actually worked to your advantage.
Oh.
I went to this corner. I swear.
So now you've got the rope taut, because it's pretty much at the edge of its limits here. It's basically a tightrope from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I secure the rope to the platform we are currently standing on?
What would you like to tie it to?
I'm going to take out my hammer and my pita,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit. I don't know. You get what I meant. And I'm
No one knows how to pronounce that word. I'm pretty sure that word doesn't have an actual.
Pito, honestly, but that's besides the point. I'm
Oh,
going
the
to
thing that you use to hang into a cliff, it's a python.
It's a python.
Python?
Okay.
Titan.
So
Okay.
I'm going to take the python and hammer it into the ground in the
Okay.
platform and tie off the rope there.
All right. It seems stable and secure.
So,
Oh no! I don't
What?
want to do this.
I bring up an interesting conundrum for me, particularly. I don't have feet. I have hooves.
Noted.
The rope
So this might be
behind your
challenging.
knees. Climb across it underneath.
I was gonna do
Like,
hand
under crawl.
That
Yeah.
may work better.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But I'm going over first so I can secure the rope on the other side as well.
Okay.
I already secured it to the door.
Oh,
It is pretty secure. Yeah, it is secured.
my apologies. My apologies. That works fine then.
So, you guys slowly, carefully, perilously, the sweat beating in your foreheads, make your way one by one in whatever manner, however slowly it takes, one by one, across the secured rope. And although it is very terrifying for some of you, eventually, with perhaps maybe a little coaxing, you all make it to the other side.
Yay.
that was scary.
I didn't
Get
get
our
a
rope
big
back?
splat.
This
We
is
should
gonna hurt.
pull really hard and get our rope back.
No, we're
I
leaving it.
disagree.
We're leaving that. Just in
Okay.
case we needed to get back.
But does anyone else have rope?
I still have 50 feet.
Okay. Well, rope doesn't grow on trees, and I bought that rope, and now I want to leave it behind. But
Technically,
okay.
rope does grow on trees.
I mean, it is hemp.
Hey, Brenna doesn't know that.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Oh, now I'm going to that damn door. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
All right. You open the doorway, and there's a small, short hallway, and then maybe about 15 feet over, there's another door.
Oh,
But-
no.
As
Like
you,
anything void on either side.
it's a very normal-looking, not dangerous hallway.
I've
However,
heard that before.
I feel like that.
as you pass through, you get this strange tingly sensation. And Gregor, suddenly as you step through the threshold, your shield doesn't feel as
Special.
something. Yeah, and your cutlass seems a little lackluster.
Ooh.
And it
My-
Orsik buddy, you might not want to let your little friend in here. Things don't feel right.
It's a tool. It's okay.
as you guys enter a anti-magic zone. For the time being, the Steel Defender is effectively shut down. However, it can still move. It has a movement speed of 10 feet.
Oh, okay, so it's just a
It's just-
mechanics now.
Yeah, you're not working on mechanics. You're working on, I don't know, hydraulics or whatever.
That's all
And
it is. It's just
yeah.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
And
Going-
none of its abilities work, I imagine.
Right, correct.
Okay.
It's canceled out.
Going through the second door,
Sure,
who's taking point? Sure.
Is my shield still? No, my shield wouldn't be glowy anymore, would it?
Correct.
My staff probably feels less special too, huh?
It does indeed.
But I need the staff to protect us.
Is it well lit at least, the hallway? And hopefully, if I open the door.
There's sort of this strange kind of like dull red light, almost like a photographer's room, kind of like glowing. And as you look up, you can see there's maybe about 100 feet up or so. There's just a glass paneled ceiling, and above that is a glowing bright red moon. This massive overlooming red moon that's providing and casting down just this dim light.
This
Point.
is terrible.
I'm good at it.
I'm useless.
So yeah, I'll take point. And
Okay.
hope to God I don't die.
All right.
I'll be behind Gregor.
Oh,
Slow
are you still
moving.
hurt and not healed?
Oh, I am very still
this-
hurt and not healed. It didn't work when I tried it on myself, though. I'm
Oh, I
just
got
letting you know that
bandages.
now.
I got bandages. Don't worry. I'm gonna use my healer feat and my healing kit, and I restore 1d6 plus 4 HP plus an additional HP equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. What level are you?
Level 3.
3. Okay.
1d8
so
plus 7.
1d6 plus 7.
1d6 plus 7. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just don't fail me.
12 health back. In a very interesting loophole as to the rules of the archive that you're slowly discovering, it appears that traditional medicine is still effective.
That's great.
So-
I mean, like you got
I
me.
can only do that once per person per long rest, so don't get hurt
Sorry
again.
about that.
Then,
Oh, short rest. Cool.
Cool. All right.
well, I guess we're taking this thing slow.
Yeah.
As you enter through the second set of doors, you find yourselves in an entirely different chamber. There is an incredibly beautifully organized, neat, pristine laboratory in here. Not unlike Shaynar's, although this seems a lot more proper and purposeful and put together, and everything seems to be in a specific spot for a specific purpose. Looking around, you can see there's a small central workbench with various flasks, test tubes, beakers set outside it. There appears to be what it looks like, almost like a candle with a little metal bit to it, and a line that you guys, in modern terms, would recognize as a Bunsen burner. There is a rather large, bulky-looking box resting on the center bench. There appears to be a small, clicking flint and steel lighter. There appears to be a bookshelf. There appears to be almost like an armoire stocked with all sorts of various sized bottles and jars of various liquids, all neatly labeled. And then there is what appears to be a wardrobe on the other side of the laboratory, and there's a door that is closed.
I'd like to go read some labels on bottles.
Okay.
I mean, we were told to
Wait,
find a
wait,
book,
wait.
weren't we?
There's also
Wait, I
there-
can't cast Make Stand.
there's also what appears to be a very neatly organized journal or notebook resting on the center bench.
I'm going to open up the journal and read it.
So, if you guys will direct your attention to the handouts and links section of your journals, you will see the laboratory notebook. And inside, written in a very small and detailed, almost calligraphy-like script, are the following notes.
I'll hand it over to Oryx.
Yeah, these words make no sense to me.
These are definitely Orsik words.
Yes.
Enjoy, friend. I don't need
Oh.
that.
See, I saw Ignite and I'm like, ooh, that's an Orsik book.
Oh, wonderful. This is a
I'm
interesting book.
going to browse the book, other books to see if there's anything on religious means and such, or anything about undeads.
Sure, go ahead and make an investigation check.
There you are.
Looking around, all of these books seem to be related to the topics of natural science, of alchemy, of the rudimentary understandings of physics and chemistry. There is no mention of anything divine, no mention of anything magical.
So this is just an Orsik's room. Got it.
Luke,
Yes.
am I able to take a moment and copy all this down? The notable
Sure.
ones?
Sure.
Orsik is writing everything down from this book.
Okay.
That he can.
And what are the rest of you guys doing at this time?
He's also going to pocket the book, but that I don't know how that's going to react. So
Whittling with my thumbs.
You've
I'm
got
gonna
the...
pick up the jars and look at them.
Okay.
Just-
So looking inside the sort of the cabinet, you find this other handout. So two handouts going at once, guys. This is the chemicals and supplies. So this is everything that is within this laboratory.
Oh, cool. Would
nothing
I
to me.
recognize any of them in like an herbalism kit?
Good question. It
oh,
You would recognize brine, and you
Cool.
would recognize, you've definitely used aquavitae before.
Cool. I like lye too. I feel like that must have some kind of medicinal purpose or something.
It's used for
Right?
storing.
Oh, it's got
bodies.
the opposite of medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Lye them off. I don't know.
That's the only one I would know.
I'm
That's
very
good for
familiar with
dissolving
saltpeter and
brine.
lye. That's some nasty stuff.
yep.
Yo.
Oh my.
Cool.
Contain
little-
yourself, Orsik. I can
got a
see you
little
getting a little happy there.
So give me your ingredients, Orsik. I don't really know what they are, but I'll leave the cabinet doors open.
Okay.
So this looks like I can mix all this stuff here. I'm not really an alchemist, but I can try.
Mhm. And then there's also one more, like wardrobe that has not been opened yet.
Well, that sounds like the Gregor thing to open.
I'll be nosy.
Inside, you find what appears to be a very ornate and pristine lab coat and set of gloves that are going to be the loot at the end of this session because it takes time to figure out what they do.
Well, you know what, Orsik, I think these would look mighty fine on you.
I guess.
I can't wear a pair of gloves over my gloves.
Yeah, I don't need more gloves over gloves, and let's be honest, a lab coat doesn't work for me.
Unless I had another pair of arms.
Only a key of pure copper may open the lock to escape. Copper.
Is there copper in the cabinet?
Small blue crystals. Clear causes. We don't have any, but it's. Question is, would I recognize one of these chemicals? Would Orsik recognize one of these chemicals as some kind of copper, Luke?
Looking at the list of reactions, you would know that cupric chloride, that suffix or prefix means copper.
Excellent. So
anything cupric is copper.
okay. So I would relay this to the group.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we need a key, we can make copper. That's kind of what I'm trying to tell the group right now.
Oh, okay.
I am going to take a little bit of all the chemicals with us because I don't know where this key is going to be needed, and I don't just want to make it and then have to, carry it. I'd rather carry all the chemicals. That makes a lot of sense.
Do you need a laboratory to do the instructions that I can totally read written down in that book?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could make it now, but obviously we should probably make the copper now. If the key of pure copper may open the lock to escape, we probably should have the key made to get out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of steps to get to the cupric chloride stage. I'm just letting you know.
So,
This is some Amnesia: The Dark Descent shit right here.
yeah. Look, I want to attempt to make it.
Okay.
Is
So-
there enough stuff here to serve as an alchemy lab?
Effectively, yes. Alchemy, no. Chemistry, yes.
Okay, well, I'm not proficient in either, so.
I will say there's a critical piece of equipment that has not been investigated yet.
Oh, I think Gregor said he
The
would
big
go up the
box?
wardrobe.
Yes. So,
Oh,
Brenna,
Oh,
you
that's
pick
right,
up
the box.
You pick up the box, and looking at it closely, it actually kind of makes sense that you would pick this up first out of everyone here. Is this box is made out of pure platinum.
Oh, wow.
Like it's heavy to lift up.
Ooh, that's
As you
worth a lot.
lift it and move it, you can hear something kind of rattling inside.
Do you guys want to bust this open?
Sounds good.
hey, might as well.
Do what you need to do.
Or is there I'm gonna look at, is there any it's just solid box, no
There's
mechanism?
no hinges, there's no knobs, there's no buttons, there's no switches, there's no levers. It is just
Is it a
solid.
knock? Does
You
it
kind of
sound-
knock it. You hear it sounds hollow, and it sounds like
Yeah.
there's something solid rattling inside.
So
Well, we
there's no
should just
seam?
destroy it.
What was that, sorry?
There's no seam?
No seams.
Well, there goes my crowbar idea.
Well, you could. Does anyone have a hammer? Someone could smash it.
Orsik pulls off his back a giant warhammer and hands it to me.
All right, I'm gonna set it down, and you just get it.
He hands the warhammer to Brenna.
All right, Brenna, make an attack.
No, I'm very weak.
You can do it.
Oh,
Okay.
fine, I'll do it. I'll
Believe
just grab
you.
my own and smash it.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
can barely even lift this thing. Probably. I'm 8. I got -1 strength. I just dropped the hammer.
And for what it's worth, I'm going to two-hand the damn thing.
All right.
There you
There
go.
you go. There you
Well,
If
go.
I'm going to smash it, I'm smashing it.
All right, go for it. Oh man!
Good smash,
So
good smash.
Nice.
you wind up and full on pelt this thing, and you hit it dead on. And as you do so, the head of the warhammer actually snaps off and completely destroys the weapon in the process.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
Platinum's
It's fun.
I don't need this anymore, at least.
double nat ones. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Sorry, buddy.
It's fate.
I'll fix it later.
I'm just gonna start mending it for him.
It's
You're
not
in the
working.
anti-magic zone.
Yeah. I could
Never
do it
mind.
if it came down to it.
I'm gonna just stare at it and be like,
You
"Damn,
go
I
to
can
like
mend this.
start the process, and you're like,
This is garbage."
This is garbage.
It's platinum. What do you expect, people?
Actually, you know what? Is the
I've never touched
can I
platinum
just
before.
leave the door, like leave out the room and just fix it and then come back in, or is that whole area just no?
you go to turn, and the door is locked behind you.
Great.
That thing about a copper key.
Yeah, we need to keep.
Yeah. Well,
Never mind.
I don't know what the instructions are, but I know how to like mix things a little bit, and you know how to make things, so maybe together we can.
I have been spending some time with Tick Tick a little bit, more than I would like, but I think I can figure this out.
All right. So I want you to be, when you start mixing chemicals, I want you to be very deliberate and precise with your description of what you're doing.
All right.
Because
Like ninth grade chemistry, no.
there are chemicals in this mixture, in this cabinet, that, if handled improperly, could be very dangerous.
Oh dear God, no! I mean, hold on.
So-
I'm gonna start. Just give me a moment.
Sure, take your time, map things out, discuss, work as a team.
This is one of those places where having a normal it's like, I understand all of this stuff, like, the person understands all this, the character's like, yep, this makes no fucking sense.
Well, we do have the blue vitriol and the oil of vitriol already available to us.
Is there anything missing from the cabinet that's on the list of steps?
So
I can't
the
read
thing
the
is,
handwriting.
if this is a list of steps, like I said, there's already blue vitriol and oil of vitriol in the cabinet to produce cubic fucking hell.
Cubic chloride.
Chloride. My mouth is not working tonight.
Yeah.
But the only thing we have that's a ferrous substrate is the iron oxide.
Well, oh, okay. Well, why do we need the? Oh yeah.
Brenna, as you're investigating, make me just a general intelligence check.
Okay.
The rattling sound from inside the platinum box.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might be about the size of maybe a small key.
Oh man.
Oh. Well.
So it's one object rattling. They're not multiple
Correct.
objects.
Yep.
Oh man. What if we dissolve the platinum?
Oh.
Yeah. That's where I was thinking.
Is there anything in here that would dissolve platinum?
No, but the thermite would probably go through it.
Make me an intelligence check, Orsik.
Yep.
And again, we do have saltpeter. We can blow shit up.
That's a 14.
So, working with Tick Tick, you've come across a handful of chemicals. No, it's not your specialty. You would recognize that thermite could be a potential option to burn through it.
Yep.
Or one of these other mixtures of strong acids is quite infamous for being able to dissolve precious metals.
Oh, that.
there's actually a story of an alchemist who was given sort of a gold medal in honor of his achievements by his king.
Something medals.
And when an evil emperor came and overtook the kingdom, this alchemist was quick to actually dissolve his gold medal into a substance known as aqua regia. And when the soldiers of the evil emperor came and searched his laboratory, they found no such metal. It was only until after the war, when peace had reclaimed the land, that the scientist was smart enough to be able to precipitate the gold back out of the aqua regia and recast it into his metal.
Huh.
Clever.
So
That's actually a
Aqua
true story.
We can actually we have Aqua Fortis, and we have a
We need to dissolve sodium chloride in the oil of vitriol to make the acidosalus.
Yep.
And wait, hold on. Do we have a big enough container to dissolve the box in? Or is it going to be like, a little bit to the box?
Probably the latter. You're probably going to
Okay.
burn a hole through the box.
Okay.
Okay. Just
like
making
the-
sure.
Key on the inside. We have to shove it over to one side and melt the other
Yeah,
side.
we don't
And
want to damage the key because we want it to remain pure as well.
yeah, no splatters.
Copper key in there. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, so we need the acidium salts, which we don't have.
Right. But we have the stuff to make. No, we. Not quite.
Wait,
We have brine, we don't have salt.
but if we boil the brine, we can get the salt from it.
Right.
So.
Not that Gregor knows any of this. This is all the player speaking, not the
No,
character.
it's okay. Sometimes these puzzles are a stretch of player knowledge versus character knowledge. I'm fine with either.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Good to know. Yeah, so we need to use the Bunsen burner. Well, we need to use the
salt wash.
we need to use the Bunsen burner to reduce the brine to the point that we have primarily liquid out of it. We can just scrape the salt at the bottom. And then we need to combine it with the oil of vitriol to make the acid salts, and then we need to combine the aqua fortis with the acid salts to produce the aqua regia to slowly dissolve through the box.
Yep.
Okay. So
It's like incorrect, proportionment.
So step by step, what are we doing? What's the first step?
We are going to. I think we need to produce the salt, right?
Which would be, we need to boil away the saturated brine to just get pure liquid, or pure
Boil it
salt.
off.
Okay. So you take the jar of brine from out of the cupboard, put it onto the Bunsen burner, light the Bunsen burner with the lighter, and boil off all the water. It takes a short while, but eventually you get these nice, beautiful, white, pure crystals of presumably sodium chloride.
Good thing Tic-Tic's not here. He'd probably snort it. Okay, so we need to now take the sodium chloride.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. Luke's
I'm
okay.
here.
Alright, I don't know what just happened there.
My Discord decided to shut down for a
It's
second.
done that
No
for
worries.
a while.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we now have the sodium chloride. So we need to dissolve the sodium chloride in the oil vitriol.
Okay.
Which, considering there's no, proportionment, I'm assuming it's 1-to-1 in that case.
It's a good guess.
Yeah, I mean we can assume that, right?
Or we
Certainly
could
try.
put what salt we got into the whole quantity of oil vitriol.
Is there things that we can use to measure just how much salt we got out of this?
Well, there's
Oh, yeah.
beakers, test tubes, flasks.
Okay, yeah, basically, however much salt we got out of the brine is
Yep.
the same amount of oil of vitriol we want to use to dissolve said salt.
Okay. So you kind of do it by volume.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the
And-
safest.
You take a small beaker of the oil of vitriol and you slowly, carefully stir in the sodium chloride, and it actually fades to this sort of like faint yellow liquid that has a very like harsh scent to it.
We probably shouldn't be breathing that stuff, should we?
We'll assume there's proper, adequate ventilation in the. No.
Thank you.
This is a mask.
Oh, did Discord get, or did Twitch get messed up? Yes, it did.
Yep.
Oh no.
I'm pretending to be Gregor.
Yeah, I think me and Orsik switched.
Yep.
Oh well.
All right. And then so now that we have the acid,
You have the.
the acidium salus,
Yep.
the plan would be to measure out twice as much aqua fortis.
Do you have
And-
aquafortis?
Oh, son of a bitch, we don't have aqua fortis in there. I thought we did. All right, we got to make the aqua fortis next.
Okay.
So grab a beaker, actually, beaker big enough to hold 4 parts worth of stuff. So we can do the 2 parts of saltpeter and the 1 part of oil of vitriol.
Okay.
So we have some extra room. And then grab a bigger beaker to basically pour both things into them.
Gotcha. Okay. So you carefully measure
Which
out.
actually means we need 4 parts saltpeter to 2 parts oil of vitriol because we need twice as much aqua fortis as we do the acid.
This is not
Okay.
a WeeWoo puzzle. Oof.
This is 100% a sloth puzzle.
Yep.
I'm doing this vicariously through Orsik.
So
There you,
you
go.
guys,
That's a
you guys are communicating together, and you do just that. So you carefully measure out the saltpeter. So you measure out 4 parts of saltpeter to 2 parts of oil of vitriol. Produce aqua with the 1 quantity volume of acidium salus. Mixing it together, it takes a little moment, but this liquid eventually turns into this very ominous, almost orange-looking liquid, and the scent is like enough to sting your eyes and kind of have to hold it at a distance. And you can only assume that this is the legendary Aqua Regia.
I have an eyedropper, do
I
we?
think we did it.
The liquid of kings.
Let's start with pouring a little bit on the platinum box. Not like dead center, like kind of where it kind of sounds like the key would stop rattling, but like an equal distance from the opposite end of the box. So we don't dissolve the key on accident.
That's fair.
All right. Carefully taking the beaker and dripping a small amount, you hear this horrific hissing sound as you see smoke and vapor actually rise up from this very extreme reaction. And carefully over time, you're able to actually dissolve away a decent-sized hole into the corner of the platinum box.
Who's got the smallest hand to reach in there? Not it.
I'll
With
do
my
it.
hands
Why not?
covered in metal. Nope.
Big
Okay,
stuff,
reach in the
I'm
box.
sorry.
All right, so Willow carefully plucks out a small metallic-looking key. Definitely not copper.
What is it?
You might guess that it's some sort of iron or steel.
Okay. So,
Oh, we need the cupric chloride.
yeah, now we need the cubic chloride, which we can
Okay.
do,
Yep.
which we prepared for.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, not yet. We have the materials for that one straight from the get-go.
we
Yep.
have the materials, we have the technology, we have the gold pieces.
Speak for
Alright.
yourself.
So, taking those beautiful blue crystals and dissolving them into the last of your oil of vitriol, you get this nice sort of teal, bluey green solution. It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Orsik.
Right?
Yeah. Alright, in which case, drop the key in.
All right. Boop. The key slowly sinks to the bottom, and at first there's a moment of panic as bubbles start to form and precipitate and rapidly disperse off of the key, and you're like, shit, are we dissolving our key? But over time, slowly after about 15 minutes or so, you start to see the bluish green color of the liquid starts to fade to this sort of ruddy, rusty, ugly brown color, and the key itself starts to get coated with a nice, pristine, coppery finish.
Ooh.
Okay.
We got it?
Voila, our key.
Let's try it.
All right. You somehow fish the key out of the solution, take it, and go over to the locked door in front of you. With a satisfying click, you guys have solved the puzzle.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Luke,
Good job, guys.
Yes.
as we leave this room, I am taking
Yeah.
the stock of iron oxide, aluminum powder, and magnesium strips with me.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, don't forget the saltpeter. Do not forget the
Oh, and the
saltpeter.
saltpeter.
Trust me on this one.
All right.
Can I fill
Skamos,
in
if you want the
for-
lie, go for it. We can, melt bodies later.
What did you want
I'll
to
totally
take?
take the lie.
I was still any empty bottles or anything that would be useful for like a medicine kit
Okay,
or a
sure.
fertilizer kit,
Sure. Good to know.
I'm totally
Alright.
taking the lie, though.
Cool. I think this is probably the best way to get for our break for tonight. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick little 5-10 minute break? We'll try to be back by like 7:50 or so. Called an 8-minute break. Use the bathroom, refresh your drinks, do whatever you got to do. Guys in the chat, we have a big crowd tonight. Thank you everybody for hanging out, having some fun, using our noggins here in this strange archive. We'll be back in a little bit. Remember to stick around for at the end of the stream. Probably we might end a little early tonight, actually. So probably like 9:15, 9:30ish. We'll have our Twitch chat vote for their favorite participant tonight. That person's going to get the extra Tealeaf point. And we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Don't drink that stuff! You're in training! Where's the caffeine? Good thumb control, nice foot placement. Only 2 cracks for that digit? Are you even practicing? Trust is part of the game! Element of surprise. Falling! Oh, can't find the new PlayStation 2? Get to Blockbuster. They've got new PS2 systems and games for rent. Why do I even bother? Blockbuster! Are you game enough? Didn't pre-order? They got you covered.
They don't have it.
Trying to find the Nintendo games you want can be a lot like being in a Nintendo game.
Another dead end.
Come on. You can end up looking in all the wrong places.
Oh no!
Stand back, son. Or you can go to Toys R Us. Toys R Us has the world's biggest selection of Nintendo games and accessories at everyday low prices.
Next time, let's just come to Toys R Us.
Yeah!
7-Up would like to give you a gift of holiday cheer. Just clip 4 proofs of purchase from 2-liter bottles of any refreshing 7-Up product. Take them to Toys R Us. And for just $19.99, you get the new Spot Game Pack for Nintendo Game Boy. A $5 savings. Just in time for Christmas. Put 7-Up in your holiday and make the season bright.
When it seems like all is lost. When it feels as if you have no hope. When you are outnumbered, overpowered, and they've got you cornered. That's when you realize your last best hope is you. Halo, Combat Evolved, rated M for mature.
met this girl. I asked her to dinner and a movie. She asked, what do you have in mind? So I said,
make it a blockbuster night and a border night too. Go to Taco Bell, buy tacos or burritos and a medium drink. Get a free blockbuster video. 2-for-1 rental and Taco Bell too. Make it a blockbuster night and a border night too.
hurry and get a coupon for a 2-for-1 blockbuster video rental when you buy food and a medium drink at Taco Bell.
Cross the border.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Pack up your stuff. I got a little surprise for you here.
Check it out. What do you think about that? You got real-time, 3D, lush organic environments. How's that make you feel, buddy?
Feel a little like your days are numbered?
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
You're hurting my elbow.
Is that Italian?
No, Bandicoot is an Australian name.
From Sony's PlayStation come the greatest hits, all your old favorites.
Like the soft sounds of swarming missiles.
And the gentle crack of Sophia's whip.
Feel the hilarious antics of Sweet Tooth, that lovable clown.
All for just $24.99 each, but wait.
There's more? Oh.
That's right, the PlayStation is a mere $149, and you can also get leading titles.
Like Crash Bandicoot and Jet Moto.
For just $49.99 and less.
You are not ready.
Evan Petty calls it hot, deliciously hot. Rob DeMars raves, it's spontaneous consumption. It's a story of heat and redemption. From the creators of the Domino's Heatwave, an epic author. Order a deliciously hot Domino's pizza. Get a free movie rental from Blockbuster Video when you rent another. Hot Domino's Pizza, a hot movie from Blockbuster Video. If you can't take the heat, get out of the doorway. Now get 2 medium pizzas with up to 3 toppings for $13.99. Domino's, delivering a million smiles a day.
Today's assignment, photograph the elusive Pokemon. How do you do it? You're gonna be fast. Ah, missed him.
And you better be good. Great pictures. That's the name of the game in Pokemon Snap. You can go to a participating Blockbuster store, print out your best shots, grab an entry form, and mail it to Nintendo's Take Your Best Shot contest. The best shot wins an Australian safari for 4. And there's lots of other great prizes. Many will enter, few will win.
Hang on, it's gotta be fun.
Pokemon Snap. Take your best shot.
Jim. Jam.
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 So the boy fell asleep in the Toys R Us store, and he woke up with toys from the ceiling to the floor.
We've got the Nintendo action set, including the control deck with double game pack and Zapper light gun for just $99.99 at Toys R Us. And we have all the hottest game cartridges at great everyday low prices.
Love growing up with my Toys R Us kid. Toys R Us. You'll never outgrow us.
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be the only one for me is you. Happy together.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash Brothers, where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slam fest, only on Nintendo 64.
There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I could play with.
For the hottest arcade games in town, come to Toys R Us. Sega's new Genesis system with 16-bit graphics processor, controller, and Altered Beast game, just $289.99. And Sega's Master System, just $144.99 after $10 rebate at Toys R Us.
I want to be a toy.
Games Warrior.
And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for that short little break. We are back in it live. Remember to stick around and cast your vote for that favorite character to see them more often and help them get cool stuff, because those Tealeaf points are clutch, as certain members of this party are very intimately aware of. Tealeaf points matter.
Yes.
Yeah. So, exiting this strange laboratory, you guys find yourselves going through the door with sort of a sense, that tingly feeling fading, and you notice that Orsik, your little steel defender, starts to animate and move with those magical goodness again, and it seems like all of your magical spells and equipment are restored for now.
Excellent.
Thank God.
Entering this next chamber.
I cast guidance on myself just to feel safer.
Just to feel it, yeah. Entering this next chamber, you can see a wide chamber with these sort of like smooth marble floors and a fountain of crystal clear water in the center. On either side of the fountain in front of you are two barrels, like they look almost like small kegs. Yes, the one on the left has scribed onto it that symbol which you see there, the V, and the one on the right has 3 single lines scribed onto it. On the far side of the fountain, you see a large statue of what appears to be a heavily armored warrior with a sword and a shield, and next to him on a pedestal is an empty pedestal with the IV scribed onto the pedestal.
So the casts are on the bottom, and then the IV is a pedestal?
Yes, this is the pedestal.
Cool.
Yeah. Which I'm just realizing I made another cask. I should have made that a pedestal. I apologize. I can fix that right now.
Ooh.
Boom.
Brains are shot from the last one, so...
Yeah. Huh.
This is going to go there, and this is going to go to the bed. Nope.
Okay.
Good enough. We got this. Okay, beautiful.
Oh,
So,
I hate this puzzle.
Can I go peek in the water?
Sure, you tiptoe up. Go ahead and move your character.
I'm gonna dodge those barrels.
Okay, staying away from. The water appears calm and undisturbed and crystal clear. It's just a smooth stone basin holding this water.
I would like to cast Mage Hand and poke the water.
All right, as you do, there's a small little ringlet that exits the water.
Totally normal little ring of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate that I know what this is, and I can't remember how the hell to solve it.
Oh, I know what it is too.
It's like D&D puzzles. And
yeah. No, I know exactly which one this is, and I hate this thing because I never remember it.
I'm garbage at puzzles. In game, out of game, just absolute garbage. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna spin it as my character being dumb and not me though.
Oh no, I can 100% spin it as it's like the character is dumb, and I honestly, at this point I can't remember how to solve this puzzle.
Oh, I can't either.
It's you need so much water in one, then so much water in the other to add up to 4. Yes.
What are those?
Those are two doors exiting. No.
I picked the wrong session to buy into.
No, seriously.
See, I fell into this.
Hmm?
My character is not smart enough to do these either.
Can I check out the
Can I just wind this one down to make an intelligence check to see how bad I do at this one?
No, we got
because I can't think my way through this one anymore, and I don't want to just Google it.
Don't Google it.
I won't, but
like an option.
Because the goal is to get 4 gallons of water at the pedestal with the 4 on it.
With the 5-gallon barrel holding it.
Yes, correct.
But you can't measure out exactly 4. This was in Die Hard, the third Die Hard, the one that nobody saw.
I was about to say, I'm like, I remember Die Hard, Die Hard 2, and then Die Hard 4.
Yeah,
I don't remember Die Hard 3.
That no one saw. With
Wait, actually, no, that one was good. I do remember that one. It was
a phenomenal movie.
What the hell was this?
Anyway,
the new one.
What
that
are you
was
guys
the shitty
doing
one.
with the barrels and the water?
I think we're gonna put the. Oh no, I don't. So
Yes, I'm.
we have 3 gallons. We can fill the 3-gallon barrel with water, and then that's the next step. Oh fuck! Smash the barrels. Puzzles are for chumps.
Look, I solved the chemistry one. This is all you, Orsik. WeeWoo, anybody, please don't make my brain work.
I cannot help. Oh no, we're defeated. It's for the guy who hired us is dead. We're stuck here forever. So, Brenna's gonna ask in character. So, do you guys know what we're supposed to do?
We need to.
Nope.
1 second. Hold on. Let's see if Orsik's got an idea.
You can always smash the statue just because, out of frustration.
Can I go look at the statue?
Oh, good lord, Orsik.
Orsik knows exactly what needs to happen. So,
thank God.
Brenna, you can go ahead and get closer and inspect the statue if you'd like.
I'm gonna.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check. It appears just like smooth marble, fairly lifelike. Like it's a very nice piece of work, but
How lifelike? That's a loaded statement in D&D.
It's nice.
She's been through this once. How lifelike?
It's very detailed.
Oh no.
I'm going to look at it since I don't know what to do with the puzzle.
All right, go ahead and inspect the puzzle.
Orsik can make a 2-gallon bucket.
But the statue is what I wanted to look at.
Yeah,
well, actually, to be fair, magical stuff is working again.
That's true.
I also think it's a statue.
It looks like a statue. It is a statue standing there. Looks magnificent.
Do you guys
I like
think
the
it's suspiciously lifelike? Because we had this one mission and there was this big lizard thing and it turned humans to stone, and I think the statue is suspiciously lifelike. No one else thinks so?
I'm going to trust Orsik's brain here. It worked last time. I said Orsik's brain, not WeeWoo's brain.
Yeah, exactly. WeeWoo was just sitting here like, God damn it, I forget how this works. I've done.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Nope. My usually nature is smash the things, and it's not working.
There's nothing to smash.
Oh, there's a statue in the way. I can still try to smash that.
I mean, all I can think of is fill the 5-gallon barrel, dump it into the 3. You have 2, and then try to replicate the same amount of water. But that's not exactly. It's not exact.
You flip that around.
Dump the 3 into the 5, and then you can see that, and then.
Do the barrels look like they're the same size?
Well, no. You'd take the 3, dump it to the 5, because you have 3 in the 5 barrel.
Yep, and then
yeah,
fill it half again.
Well, no. Then you fill the 3 up again, pour it until the 5 is full. Then you'll have 1 gallon left in the 3, and then you dump the 5.
Yeah.
And then you pour the 1 gallon that's still in the 3-gallon bucket back into the 5, and then you fill the 3-gallon and dump it back in.
And then you have 4 gallons. Yeah, we do that.
All right. So,
I hate you, Luke. You're making me think way too much on a Thursday.
Who's doing what, guys?
All right. I'm guessing I'm probably the only one strong enough to actually carry barrels full of water.
1 second.
So
I can also help, kinda.
Yeah, right now I'm just, the brawn of the situation. I'm not the brains.
All right, who's doing what?
I cast guidance on the barrel lifter.
Who's the barrel lifter?
I'm guessing I'm the barrel lifter.
All right, so Gregor,
has the.
You approach. Which barrel are you approaching?
I'm gonna start with the 3 to start the whole. Well, is there water in both of them right now, or no?
They are both empty.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the 3.
So as you go and you lift up the 3, it's lighter than you'd expect. There's a slight rumble that shakes the room, and you all notice as the statue, starts
is really lifelike
to life. And I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh, son of a... Oh, good lord.
I'm really glad I walked back to my friends. I did declare it. I'm glad I did.
Nice.
Oh, oh no.
Willow's at a 14.
Oh, I didn't select my... I'm garbage.
It's okay, I got you. What'd you get, Brenna? You got a 19. Nice. Okay.
She didn't touch the statue.
Hey,
she
it's
was...
not hard garbage for once.
Okay, so in descending order.
I took the hot garbage roll for you.
Oh, thank you. Somebody had to.
The statue comes to life wielding this massive sword and this shield.
Oh, wait.
It's going to...
Do we have all the initiatives in? Yeah, I guess we do.
Yep. Oops, sorry. Willow is at a... 14.
Willow should be at a 14, right?
Not a 0. There we go.
Okay, that looks a bit better.
Yes. This statue-like creature is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 around the fountain and just raises its sword and kind of shield in a defensive stance, almost guarding this barrel. So it's holding an action. Brenna, what would you like to do? It definitely appears to be hostile. I will say that.
15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna ready an Eldritch Blast if it attacks someone.
Okay, so as soon as you see it swing that sword, you're blasting it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so just remember the red dots mean you're holding an action to remind me and to remind you, because I got a lot going on, so.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Sure, for sure.
Anything else, Brenna?
One clerical thing. Brenna realized she was so incompetent during the whole chemistry room. Could that have counted as a short rest?
We already covered that question.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
I asked the same thing because I'm like, well, if it's a short rest, she can heal me again.
Yeah, okay.
And he goes, no.
I missed that.
It's all good. Alrighty. Gregor, you're up. So you're holding the 3-gallon barrel, cask, container.
Wants to just put the barrel back down and see if the statue goes back to being a statue again. Part of me wants to put the barrel down and smash the statue anyway. I think we know which part's going to win. So the barrel's going down and it's...
Okay, so you're dropping the barrel?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wait to see if it goes back to being a statue or is it still movie.
Nah, he still seems pissed.
Alright then, so 1, 2... Yeah, that's enough to get me into combat. Actually, no. Not going to do that yet.
Okay.
I'm going to summon the Wraith first.
Ah, okay. So
I'm going to put him to use.
That's a nifty little trick. I forgot about that. So we've got the Sword Wraith coming in hot from your Commander's Cutlass. Why isn't the compendium working? There we go. Sword Wraith Warrior.
Is that undead?
He is most certainly undead.
It is certainly undead.
I look at Gregor with a disgusted face.
Look, it gets the job done. I'm not a fan of it either.
Can be edited and controlled by...
Whole religion's about hating undead.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Look, it's
now
the
have
undead
control.
you know versus the undead you don't.
So you should now have control over the Wraith.
Nope.
So
All right.
With your full action to summon it.
I believe it is 2.
Okay.
So it's basically there, and that's the end of it.
Okay. So end turn.
Yep.
Cool. Alrighty. Willow, you're up.
Alright. Oh.
So you have an action, a bonus action, and movement. There you go. All right. So you're running 20 feet over to the right there.
Yeah.
You've still got 15 feet of movement if you'd like to move further.
No, I think I'm okay there.
Okay. That's your movement.
And then I'll hold magic missile if it attacks someone.
Okay. So, you have the spell ready to cast, holding magic missile. Cool. Good to know. Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty. Orsik, you are up.
Alrighty, let's see what we got. Orsik is going to move in.
Okay. As you do so, it's going to slash out with its longsword.
Of course, that is ready to action.
Yep.
Of course.
So that's a 15 to hit against Orsik?
That is a miss.
All right, it misses. The rest of you who have held actions see this go down.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey.
So you wind up and just ready to go blast this creature straight in the face. It seems completely unfazed by your Eldritch Blast.
But I rolled so well.
Yep. Willow, go ahead and
Not
cast
what
your
I'm
magic
afraid
missile.
of.
All right.
These 5 little bolts of arcane energy go and just bounce off. No effect. It is immune to force damage. Sorry,
It's
guys.
immune to what?
It's a force damage.
What?
Yep.
Now, is that all Orsik can do?
No. Orsik does not force damage.
Oh, is that Tic Tic who did the
Tic-Tic, yeah.
shoulder launcher?
The Steel Defender can't really do anything else, but also, what's immune? Force damage.
I think it's one of 2 monsters in the entire 5e spectrum that's immune to force damage.
Force damage is always the one you can be like, this is what I got.
Yeah.
Till it doesn't, and then you're screwed because you get so used to Magic Missile and Eldritch Blast.
True.
Brennan's gonna complete this as magic doesn't work again. She's gonna be shot after her.
So Orsik, it's
Do you not
still
see
your
the
turn.
undead thing? Magic works fine.
I wasn't gonna attack you until it attacked me. But since
Okay.
it attacked me, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Sword and Shield is out.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out the Vicious Battle Axe.
Hell yeah. And you slash, but this thing is literally built out of rock, and so your blow is just but a gracing one, and you don't quite get damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why did we not repair the Warhammer first?
No, the Battle Axe is also a solid one. Don't worry.
Oh no, I meant mine.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Oops.
Oh, well, if you can get to me, I can toss you mine.
All right.
I was gonna say,
Anything
can't
else?
your little buddy walk it over to me?
Could, but I need him.
All right then.
Anything else on your turn, Orsik?
Well, I am going to put the Steel Defender on the dodge action,
Okay.
and that'll be it.
He's being a ninja. He's dodging. Cool. All right.
Okay. I'm going to, because this seems to be a solution that this can solve, possibly, cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So what does
It's
your
force
spiritual
damage.
what does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's going to look like it should look like a mace.
Okay.
Or actually, you know what? I'm trying to think of, like, considering who Hamor was, he used like a longsword, actually, now I'm thinking about it. It's probably a longsword.
Okay. So just for simplicity's sake, I'll make that sword the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
And you can have control over it.
Yeah.
I don't want to metagame it on his behalf, but spiritual weapons are force damage.
Yep.
Oh no.
As you summon the sword and slash out, it has no effect.
Whiffed anyways. It was a 1.
That's
okay.
That was your bonus action. You still have an action and movement.
It was a bonus action, you're right. Okay. Well, seeing as that also whiffed. Where's the ruler? Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to move.
Okay.
Right here. And I am also going to cast the tried and true inflict wounds,
All
but
right.
I'm going to also cast it as a second level, so it's one more D10.
Okay.
So that's. Does that hit?
So you go and reach out, and it interjects its shield in front of you, and unfortunately, that is a miss with a 16.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So that's 2 second level spells burned through. Yeesh. That's a rough round.
That's okay.
All right. So that's everything you've got. Top of the initiative. It's now the statue's turn. It's going to swing out with its long sword towards you, Skamos.
Okay.
That's
I would like to impose disadvantage.
Ooh, okay. So as he goes to swing, the Steel Defender jumps in the way, turning the 19 into a 16. Does a 16 hit?
Okay. Core. Yep, it just hits.
Okay, so 16 just hits. You take 5 points of slashing damage. That is his turn.
Okay.
Brenna, you're up.
Oh god. Oh boy. I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay, Guiding Bolt.
The most successful spell in the campaign.
The most accurate spell in all of D&D.
Yeah.
Guiding Bolt.
Alright, let's get in there.
Oof, unfortunately, it goes a little bit wide and glances off the shield.
Of course. I don't have that many spells. It's my turn.
All
I'm
right.
gonna move down and feel sad.
Okay. Brother Gregor, you're up.
Just for simplicity of crying child, can I punt for just dropped in the order a little bit?
Yeah, we'll come back to you for a second.
All right, thank you.
Sure thing. Willow, you're up.
Alright, am I within 60 feet?
Yeah, definitely. You're about 35 feet away from him.
If I cast Ray of Frost, is that going to hit anybody directly in front of him first?
No, he's a pretty tall dude, so
Okay.
you can just kind of aim over their heads.
Alright, I'm going to do that.
All right, Ray of Frost. A 14, you strike it and it kind of bounces off a little bit. So that's technically that's a miss. So I'm just reflavoring the miss, so no damage.
Okay.
So that's your action. You still have movement and a bonus. I don't think you have a whole lot of bonus actions as a level 1 wizard. So.
Where would
Because they don't they get mage armor or shield?
Well, shield's a reaction, so.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I'll just stay there. I'll have my
Okey-dokey.
turn.
Cool. Gregor, you all set?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay. Go ahead.
The only thing I can't remember is how do we do the... I don't remember what actions we had for the Spectre last time.
The Wraith acts to defend you with its life at all costs.
Okay.
So he is purely defensive and just getting in the way of keeping you alive. Yeah.
That's fair.
Cool.
All right, then I'm gonna have to hop up onto the side of the water.
Okay.
Or onto the side of the pool.
Cool.
And since I still want the shield just in case. Go for the one-handed swing with the Captain's Cutlass.
Go for it.
Nope.
A natural 1 is gonna miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's too late to try to retroact that with what's it called? Guided Strike.
I mean, you can try it if you want.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll go for it because that would make
Alright.
it a 17
All
to
right.
hit.
So you bump up the 7 to a 17, empowering your strike with the god of. What is it? I forget the name of your order.
Oh god, so did I.
The Scarlet Sun or something.
Crimson
Oh,
Sun or Scarlet
the
Sun, one of
Crimson
those,
Sun. You strike, and your sword does not leave a dent. That's a miss.
yeah. Ooh, we're effed.
17 is still a miss.
We are collectively effed.
You should probably finish the water thing.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Gregor?
And the only other thing I could have done would have been Spiritual Weapon, which ain't gonna help us a whole lot here. Actually, it would still have to deal with the Spiritual Weapon at least to some degree. It'd still be a pain in the ass, at least to keep it busy. Theoretically.
Maybe.
Yeah, what the hell? What the hell? Spiritual weapon while I'm at it.
Okay, what do you want your spiritual weapon to look like?
The warhammer that broke just before.
Okay.
A broken warhammer. Got it.
Yep, broken warhammer.
Come on. Oh god, there's nothing for warhammers. How about just
yeah,
it's because I typed in warhammer, and obviously that's a game. So
yeah.
Okay.
You can use a generic hammer. It's fine.
There's a generic hammer.
Perfect. And so I've already attacked. I did that. I still get a move, so I'm going to go back to the barrels and get ready to try to maneuver this.
All right. As you leave, he's going to use his action to take an opportunity attack at you.
All right.
That is a 16 with the longsword attack.
Nope.
All right, that misses.
Thank God for that AC right now.
Yeah. Alrighty. Orsik, it is your turn.
All right. So, I'm going to attack.
Okie Another scrape on the stone. No damage.
Cool.
This thing is tanky AF, guys.
We're doing so well.
And the Steel Defender's going to take the dodge action.
Okay, he's still dodging. Cool. All right. And Skamos, you are up.
So, seeing as he's hurting me right now, and I'm not doing too great, I'm going to pop Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. And like two. Cool.
Yep. And then, so that's one of those. And then I'll try Afflict Wounds level 1 on him.
Okay. Oh, the crit, baby. There we go.
Oh.
Thank God.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm the crit daddy. Oh, fuck.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
That would have been 36 points of necrotic damage.
No.
Oh, that's big sad. I'm already.
He's immune to necrotic damage.
Ah! What?
He's a statue, you guys.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
Proud moment just shattered.
Yeah. Like, you just, like, feel that divine surge, and you're just like, right in the heart, and it just looks down at you. And it's going to take another swing at you.
Disadvantage.
So that's a 10 to hit on Skamos.
Nice.
Oh, that hurts on so many levels.
That's a lot. But, like, that's almost probably, like, half health, most CR. One or two creatures. Or almost dead.
Yeah, that would have put a dent in him, for sure. Alrighty. So he swings and misses, so Brenna, it's your turn.
Oh, this is just great. I'm really glad I have Charm Person and Whole Person. That's super cool. I will... can't touch your bodies. Who's the most hurt? Is it him?
Not me anymore, I don't think.
Oh.
I got 11.
I just walk over here a little closer, and I'm gonna use a little bit of my Warlock healing pool to heal Orsik.
Okay.
He's hurt a little bit, yeah. And I have a pool of 6s.
You have 3d6 because you're level 3.
4d6. It's Warlock level plus.
46.
1 plus.
Yes.
So I'm gonna use 2 of them.
Okay.
Hey.
So, Orsik. You're casting it on Orsik, right?
Yeah.
I hope not. I haven't taken a hit.
Oh, wait, I don't know anyone's names. Whoever was hurt that wasn't Brother... Someone just got hurt. Skamos.
So, Skamos, you get healed.
Other cleric.
I don't need it. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
You get healed for 0 health.
Nice. Thank you.
Guys, the archive, it's a twisted
Not coming
place.
back. I'm not coming back to the archive.
It's a twisted, fucked up place, guys.
Even a bad Yelp review.
Hold on. We're demanding double payment for this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Assuming he's not dead.
All right. So that was your bonus action.
My bonus action again is to feel sad.
Well, no, it was your bonus action to attempt to
Oh,
heal.
well, my full action is to
feel sad.
Well, to do the dodge action and then feel sad during it.
I send a message to the statue and I say, "You suck."
Okay. Good to know. Alright. Oh God, you guys. Gregor, you're up.
You know what? Can I actually do that?
Yeah. You shoot your sacred flame and it just sort of like leans out the way. That's a miss.
I know.
Alright.
You know that it is magic resistant though, and so it has advantage on all saving throws against spells.
Oh,
All right.
fix this puzzle, please.
That's what I'm gonna try doing now, but I need to not die in the process.
Got it pinned.
Let's see. I was gonna say I can command the Spectre to pick up the 5-gallon barrel and run away from the golem to see if it at least will follow the golem. But that's not gonna work yet because I need to get at least 3 gallons of water into it first. So I'm gonna pick up the 3-gallon barrel.
Okay. Pick it up.
Well, can I pick it up and at least fill it kind of like in one swoop?
Yeah, I'll say that's your full action to do so.
Okay.
Yep. And you
Because
still have
that's what I'm
movement.
going for at this point.
You scoop the water. You have 3 gallons.
Yep. And then,
You still have a movement and a bonus.
unless my bonus counts as dumping 3 gallons of water in the 5, about the best I can do is get there and get ready to dump it.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty.
And actually,
Oh, go ahead.
can I at least move the Wraith to there so at least it can't quite hit me
Sure,
as
yeah.
much? Okay.
Cool.
Give me a little protection here.
Alrighty.
And that's end turn.
All right. I'm gonna move.
Alright, so you still have
Right over.
15 feet of movement.
Okay. A
Yep.
little closer.
Okay.
And then I'm still within 60 feet, right?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
You're
I'm
about
gonna hit him
25 feet away
again
from
with
him.
the Ray of Frost.
Alright, let it fly. Hey, the crit! There you go.
There we go.
Nice. So you, in frustration, kind of summon up your arcane energy, and crystals actually rise up out of the pool of water and shoot towards him like waterbending ice knife style. It actually sticks into the joints in his armor, and you actually see him kind of recoil in pain a little bit. So that is 14 points of cold damage. Nice shot, and he is chilled, so his movement speed is reduced until the start of your next turn. Nice shot.
We did something, guys. We did something.
You drew first blood. All right.
The new person always draws first blood. It's just usually our own.
No, that's it. I'm good.
All right. Awesome. Orsik, you are up.
All right.
You know that
Orsik's
it can
going
bleed.
to, well, swing his axe at him again.
All right.
Orsik's going proper dwarf on us here.
Yeah. A 20 just hits.
All right.
For 11 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Yeah.
defender is going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And
That he
we're
does.
going to remain keeping Gregor safe, hopefully.
All right. Skamos, you are up.
So seeing as both my force spell and necromancy stuff don't work on it, I'm gonna just do this instead. I'm gonna cast vicious mockery on it.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So he's got to make a wisdom saving throw. At advantages of 14, so I believe that beats your spell save DC.
You damn it! How can it be wise?
Yes.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that has no effect.
Damn. Luckily, that's just a cantrip, so I'm not worried about wasting it.
Yeah.
Concentration, I think it is. Yes. Okay. Healing spells aren't working either.
This is a rough mission for clerics.
I'm gonna use my action. Yeah, is that my full action? Damn, it's my action. I can't use a bonus action to disengage, right?
Nope, you got to be a rogue to do that.
Rogue.
You can move and risk it. You want to do that? All right, he's going to take.
So, if you get ready to grab the 5-gallon barrel when I need it.
There we go. Now we can hear you. So he's going to take the opportunity attack. That's a 17 to hit on you.
Oh.
Can he?
Because of Shield of Faith, right?
1 second, guys.
Oh, okay.
Thinks we got an F spectrum going on.
Yeah. Can you hear us, Skamos? Oh, I think you lost.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, I'm good now.
All right. So as you step away, he takes a swing. That's a 17 to hit, which I think misses because of
AC.
Yeah.
Yep, it's 18 now.
Beautiful. All right. All right, and it's now his turn. He's chilly. He's going to take a swing at the Wraith.
Disadvantage, please.
Okay. At disadvantage, that's a 9 to hit. So can the Steel Defender impose disadvantage even if it's not adjacent to the target being attacked?
1 second, let me double check on that. I thought it was.
It's in melee range with the attacker.
With the attacker or with the target? I genuinely.
Imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided the attack roll is against the creature other than the defender.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Right. So, coming in clutch, this annoying little salamander distracts the statue just enough to make it miss the Wraith.
I actually
no more for MVP.
For the attack of opportunity, but I wasn't pushing on my foot pedal. So I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Well, either way, it worked out.
I thought it did.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Brenna, you are up.
I am going to pull out my Bloodmire Rod of the Witch Doctor.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm going to create a tether with the last person who did a real nice, good melee hit, and that was Orsik, I think.
Okay.
So I doubt he gets healed for 2d10.
No heals.
But he does get an extra 1d10 damage of the weapon's type to the first target it hits with a melee weapon attack on each of its turns, while the tether persists.
Nice.
Very nice.
And that is a whole turn.
Okay, so you just got this tether with your little witch doctor fetish totem to Orsik.
Guys, I want to roll a crit now really bad.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Shame nobody cast Guiding Bolt.
Gregor, you are up.
Alright, so the plan is to dump the 3 gallons of water into the 5-gallon bucket.
Okay.
And then basically try to do it again, like scoop up as much as I can to get ready to dump another 3 gallons.
I would say dumping is a free action, and then scooping is your full action.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so we've got 3 gallons in the
5-gallon bucket, and 3 gallons in the 3.
In the 3. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Your Wraith can be making attacks right now if you so choose, because it's defending you.
Yeah, what is it? Just a D2.
You should have his character sheet available to you in the journal. It's all the way up at the top. Above the handout.
Oh, well, I'll be damned. There it is.
There you go.
Okay, then. Alright, yeah, so it's going to go for 2-handed longsword attacks here.
Cool. All right, the 8.
It's equally as painful as I am. So. It's doing its job. It's keeping it busy.
All right. So that's your turn. Willow, you're up. He's no longer chilled.
Well, I guess continue making my way around.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. Sure.
And then I'll just cast Ray of Frost again.
All right. Hey, it worked once, right? Ooh, the 19 is so close, but that unfortunately is just barely a miss. So you now know its AC is a 20.
Right.
This thing is tanky.
A little bit.
And I will stay there.
All right.
Strong boy.
All right, Orsik, you're up.
Crit.
Do it.
It'd be amazing, but...
Swing, bada.
Oh,
there we go. Yes! Okay. We need some fucking damage on this. Okay. So you've got your
2d6.
You got your 2d8s. We need an extra 2d6. Okay, so we've got 14. Then we need the extra 2d10 from the Bloodmire.
Oh my god.
So that is 10 plus 12 is 22 plus 4 is 26 points of damage.
As Orsik winds up for this attack, what you guys have never seen before, as he swings, the axe head, he's done a little bit of modification to the weapon, and it springs out and smacks this thing across the helm and retracts him automatically.
Nice.
I'm disappointed you didn't have like a rocket engine behind the back of the axe head for that one.
Oh damn! He definitely felt that one, but he is still standing, and his focus has completely changed onto his primary target.
D&D, that's it. I can quit now.
Someone's
beautiful crit. All right. Skamos, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm looking at this like, can't do much about the situation.
Still, the hunter takes a dodge action.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
How long does this last for? Hour, who's nearby? Hey, Orsik, do I need... Oh, it's all stealth, never mind. I'm gonna hit it with the classic guiding bolt myself, I guess.
All right. Guiding bolt up the butt. 21 hits. Hey, all right. For 14. As your guiding bolt connects with the creature, it sort of rears back, and you see it just sort of slump.
Oh. Is he...
What? For the time being.
All right, let's get this thing done fast.
We need to finish this puzzle, guys. Hurry up.
All right, so we've got... we're still in initiative order. Brenna, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna just stay within 30 feet of Orsik. So I keep my tether.
Cool.
And I'm gonna ready a sacred flame if this dude reanimates.
Cool. Good to know. Alrighty, Gregor, you've got a jug of 3 gallons of water.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna dump. Well, now that it's not moving, it's carefully pouring what I can of the. So I end up with the 5-gallon full and a gallon left in the 3.
Yeah, so you've got 5 in the 5 and 1 in the 3.
Right. And then can I put down the 3 to dump the 5 and basically finish the act? Okay. That's the plan. And then get ready to dump the 3 back into the 5 when time is ready.
So you're going to completely jump out the 5.
Correct.
Okay.
So I still have a gallon left in the 3.
We've got 0 in the 5 and 1 in the 3.
Yes.
Cool. Willow, what are you doing?
I guess I'll hold.
And I'm just going to specify, I am no longer holding the 3 in this process.
Yeah.
Just wait and see what happens.
Okay. You want to hold like a cantrip or anything?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna wait.
Okay. Just kind of taking a chill. Okay. Orsik, you're up.
I am actually going to hold an action because I don't trust this thing.
Okay. What are you holding?
I'm going to, if it wakes up, I'm going to hit it.
Cool. All right, Skamos.
Oh boy. I guess I'll just prepare another guiding bolt until it wakes up, just in case.
Just so you know, if you prepare a spell of 1st level or higher and the trigger does not happen, the spell slot gets expended anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Its turn. It's still dead. So, Brenna, you're up.
I am going to continue to hold a sacred flame and continue to stay within 30 feet of Orsik.
Cool. Gregor?
Down the 5, pick up the 3, dump with the 1 gallon into the 5.
Yep.
And then it's like, and get ready to refill it again.
Cool.
As fast, the 3 again as fast as I can.
Alrighty. Willow?
I'll hold Ray of Frost in case it wakes up.
Cool. Orsik? This is just this tense moment as Gregor's just scooping and
Fill
pouring.
the bucket, empty the bucket, fill the bucket, empty the bucket.
I'm gonna continue to hold my.
Orsik still holding that attack?
Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, foot pedal?
Sorry, petting the dog.
Okay.
Is that what they call it these days?
Holding your attack?
Yes, yes, yes.
Cool. Okay. Skamos. So, because it's your turn and the trigger did not happen, the spell slot for Guiding Bolt gets expended.
Okay.
Yep.
So I was gonna get some distance now thinking about it because I don't want him to wake up and go and smack the guy who downed him.
Okay.
I yell out, "Stay close to me."
All right. Sounds good. Any actions holding or anything?
No, I'm just gonna wait.
Okay.
It'll be safer that way.
All right, Brenna, you're up.
Oh my gosh, same as before. I'm gonna just be equidistant between.
Okay. Just kind of holding onto your tether and like judging
Yeah.
distances, playing goalie. Okay. All right. Gregor, it's your turn.
So let's see if I remember last time the 5 was on the ground, still had a gallon in it. 3 is empty. Pick up the 3, fill it up the 3.
Okay.
And get ready to dump it.
I'll say as
into
a
the
3 action,
5.
you can dump the 3 into the 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so you now have 4 in the 5.
Yep. We gotta get this on the pedestal now.
And you still
Somebody,
have your
please.
movement. You still have your movement.
But not enough to pick up the 5.
Picking it up's a free action, I'll say.
All right, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then drop it on the pedestal or get ready to.
I'll say placing it on the pedestal is a final action, just to expedite things a little bit.
Thank God.
I will say, you guys successfully place 4 gallons on the pedestal that says 4, and you hear the 2 doors in front of you unlock.
Let's go.
I hate this place.
I'm here. Let's get out of here.
Oh, and I stop concentrating on the wraith and let him go away.
Okay.
I also dropped my sword.
Oh yeah, and the warhammer. Since it's not really concentrating on the wraith, but you know what I mean.
I motion to Gregor. Come here.
To who?
To Gregor. Come here.
I'm tired, Orsik.
Come here. Not you.
All right. Yeah, I'll walk over to Orsik.
Where's your warhammer?
But yeah, it's like pull out. Here's the head. Here's the shaft. What do you want?
All right. You take a quick minute, fix the warhammer.
Thank you.
Oh, that's better. Put it back on the loop and carry on.
So examining these 2 doors, both of them have a sign that say the exact same thing. It says, "To the atrium," and then underneath that it says, "Silence is mandatory."
Oh no.
Fuck me. I'm the least silent one there is.
Clank, clank.
Yeah.
Would you guys be opposed to just resting for a short bit here? Because I'm feeling pretty tired after that. And it seems like a safe place.
I won't lie, the atrium sounds a little safer.
But if we make noise, it sounds kind of unsafe.
I will do whatever the group needs.
I mean, you planning on sleeping for a while, or just taking a little breather, eating some snacks?
Just a little breather. Just gotta, maybe get another spell slot back for Guiding Bolt.
All right, short rest it is.
Okay.
I suppose.
So, you guys can take a quick hour to take a short rest. However, the passage of time feels strange here. So, for the purposes of short rest, you may not roll hit dice, However, any other benefit of a short rest, such as Warlock spell slots, Monk key points, stuff like that, you do get back. Willow, you can do your Arcane Recovery if you'd like to get 1 spell slot back.
Yeah, pretty much the clerics and artificer are screwed.
Yeah.
Yep. If I was only an elf.
Yeah.
Does it feel like we could use the magics that were denied to us, like the healing magic? Does it feel like that's back? Or would I know? No. Okay.
You would kind of figure that that's just sort of the nature of this place. But the actual physical stitching seemed to work.
Okay, who needs a bandage?
Skamos versus the sand. Please.
Okay. I'm going to treat
artists, but okay.
I'm going to treat you. And what level are you?
Level 3.
Okay, so it's 1d6 plus 7.
I mean, I won't say no to getting stitched back up again.
I'm gonna stitch you because I took a short rest, so I can stitch. I forget who I've healed before. I'm sorry.
You healed me before, so I think you're good there.
Yep.
Doing it again. So Skamos.
Skamos got 9.
And then you get 12.
And Brother Gregor gets 12.
Which puts me way over, but that's fine.
Nice.
I'm okay with that.
You want to switch? I totally.
I mean, I'm okay with switching if Luke's okay with it.
Unfortunately,
I only needed 6 HP. I wasn't that hurt.
The 9 was perfectly fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So an hour goes by, or what seems like an hour. It's very. You all consciously notice as the more time you spend here within the archive, that your sense of time seems very distorted. Like, you are unsure if minutes or hours or days are passing, and it's this very, like, it messes with your sense of perception. Like, you know that, usually I only have to take a break for about an hour or so, and I can kind of rejuvenate and rest and get some of my magical potency back, but it felt like it went by in an instant. And yet, you've been in here so long already. It's this very ominous, haunting feeling.
I don't like this.
I'm going to the damn atrium. As quiet as I can in plate mail.
What's going, guys?
Which door are we
Alright.
in?
What's his face too? Because if he's dead, then we don't get paid. And what's the point?
So both of these doors say the exact same thing. They just say the atrium, and then underneath it says silence is mandatory.
Trust that both doors go to the same place? Or should we at least stick to one door?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go check the door on the right. I'm okay with that.
Alright, so for the way the doors open, if Orsik goes to the one on the right and Gregor goes to the one on the left and we peek our heads through, do we see each other?
Would you like to try it?
Your head's gonna stop.
Yes.
Right. You poke your head in, and you guys both look and actually do see each other.
Okay, I trust the doors.
It appears to open into a large balcony, and maybe about 15 feet or so in front of you is a railing that seems to look down over something. There's sort of an eerie red glow, kind of similar to that hallway you were in earlier. That's just from standing in the doorway. You can approach the balcony and look over to see everything if you like. Okay.
Yeah, I'm following the crowd.
Okay.
Same.
You all step out into a positively massive chamber. Like, the size of this room is immeasurable. Looking out, the ceiling has got to be at least 300 or 400 feet above you in this sort of large, almost snow globe-like glass dome. And through the panes of glass that make up this dome, you can just see that singular blood-red moon looming over you, shining down this eerie red glow over everything. And looking down across this massive expanse, you just see an endless labyrinth of bookshelves, all intertwined, twirling, twisting, moving even, as the vast amount of literature in this atrium is mind-boggling. You can see that there are multiple tiers of balconies all overlooking the central atrium, and it appears that you're on probably the second or third of maybe, you lose count trying to count how high there are climbing up the sides of this. There are dozens, hundreds of doors all alongside these balconies leading up, and you can see staircases and ladders sliding and shifting between the various levels. Looking down, you can see on the base floor level a maze of 20, 30, 50-foot tall bookshelves all intertwining, leading to the central open square. And there, looking through, red light, see what appears to be a massive lectern, similar to the one that you saw in Shaynar's lab. And on that lectern is a book. And standing in front of that lectern stands a looming, shadowy figure that might be Shaynar? You're not sure.
I want to call out, but I don't want to call out.
Well, how far away is he?
It's hard to tell. The distance is very disorienting here, but he's a ways off. Like, you would have to shout. And now that you're
I'm going to try
looking...
and cast message 120 feet, see if it works, and say, hey, is that you, Shaynar?
You go to cast the spell, and you get the sense that he's a bit too far away.
Okay.
Looking around, you can see, almost like that one scene from the first Harry Potter movie, dozens and dozens of those small little book-like creatures just gently drifting and floating in between all these bookshelves, just sort of aimlessly, just blissfully landing on one. You can see a book glides out from one shelf and repositions itself in another. There's this sort of calm, eerie, sort of whimsical aura to the movement of these strange book-like creatures that don't seem to pay any mind to you. What would you like to do?
Should we shout? Should we get... No.
I'm climbing down and getting close to this shadow Shaynar as I can, because I'm kind of debating knocking the dude down right now.
I'm following at the moment.
Okay. So, I need a group stealth check, please.
Oh boy.
Down to... All right. Hey.
This is gonna hurt.
Hey. Skamos, you're at disadvantage too because you're in half plate.
As am I. Oh.
Here, I'll roll again, and I'm pretty sure the 8 will probably be what I get. Yeah.
Okay, take the 8.
I would gladly take a 12 for a stealth roll right now.
Okay. Moving down as silently as you can, you can't help but notice the thunk, thunk, thunk of the heavy metal boots and greaves, and the sliding of wood against wood as the ladders move to get you down to the second level, just echoing and resonating throughout this otherwise absolutely silent chamber. There's no way that these creatures are not aware of you. You quickly realize that even trying your hardest to be quiet and stealthy and talking in whispered tones, you're being fairly conspicuous. I need a volunteer from this party to roll me 1d20.
I'll do it.
That was WeeWoo.
That's a 14.
Okay. You make it to the base of the ground floor, and kind of memorizing the path to the center from your sort of aerial view from when you were up on the third level balcony, you quickly are able to maneuver between this sort of maze of bookshelves. It's not super complicated. Unfortunately, none of them really shift on you too much to obstruct you from reaching the center. You do notice that occasionally, as you traverse through these pathways between the bookshelves, that some of these little book-like creatures do almost instinctually fly away from you. Not panic, and get out of your path. Eventually, you make it to... You round a left turn, and you can see, opening up in the center of the atrium, there stands the lectern, and there stands, now maybe 60 feet away from you or so, for sure, this is Shaynar. standing there with his arms
At
crossed.
the lectern, or 60 feet past the lectern?
He's standing at the lectern. So there's sort of actually like a raised platform. There's a staircase that leads up maybe about 15 feet, just so you can like stand and read the pages, as this form of the index is massive in comparison to the actual book you were holding.
So what I'm hearing is the one that Orsik is holding is the index in miniature form.
So, well, Orsik's not holding the book per se, but
well, whoever's carrying the book.
Well, none of you have the book.
Oh.
Yes, but yeah. So the book that you gave to Shaynar was sort of a mini version. Yes, this is a massive tome. Like the pages themselves are probably 7 or 8 feet wide.
Whoa.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you found what you're looking for?
You say that out?
Yes.
All right, I need you to roll me a d20, please.
Oh. Okay.
Skamos is speaking to me right now because I wouldn't talk first.
All right. You see him sort of turn around and confidently, the Index Incarnatum, the heart, the finally, the summit of all my research, all of my planning comes to this waking moment. And yet I find myself hesitant for some reason. I'm glad you've made it this far. I would love witnesses to see this next step. And I need to roll a d20.
No.
Okay. He looks.
Everyone dies.
He looks quickly amongst all of you, and Brenna, I'm pretty sure you have the highest charisma score, correct?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm tired. 16.
16? Anybody
Yes.
higher than 16? Yeah.
No. 14. 13.
He kind of beckons to you, Brenna, and with a whisper cantrip, you hear, "Come, be a part of this greatness. I need you."
Can I roll insight?
You can reply to the message.
What do you need me for? He's gonna sacrifice me.
He just beckons you a little bit closer.
Beckoning or compelling her to come closer?
No, there's no magic involved. Except for the
Okay.
message. He's just gently, and you can see. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna cast a message spell, which does have a verbal component.
Okay.
But I don't know if I can do it quietly.
Well, you notice that he just messaged you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna someone to him. I'm like, what do you need me for? I don't even know magic. I don't.
He just beckons you closer, and you can see there's like a gentle, calm, almost fatherly look to his face, and there's this look of pride and of satisfaction and of accomplishment. And
oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, he seems genuine. Just
Okay. Okay. I go up. I listen. I'm toast.
so you walk 60 feet forward, leaving the rest of your party behind, standing at Shaynar's side.
Okay.
You step up the steps and ascend to in front of this massive lectern.
I sent him a message. Do I get paid extra for this?
You don't have to worry about that.
He looks at you and responds in his mind, "My dear, if this is successful, money will be the least of our worries."
Oh my god.
He whispers to you again and says, "Dear Brenna, I've long seen your potential. the smartest, the wisest, the bravest, the leader of this pitiful company that you call home. You're destined for greater things. You sense this. You can feel it deep within you. We both know it to be true. From humble beginnings often come the most benevolent and terrible of rulers.
What? I think you might be confusing me with someone else. I'm
I am
not that smart, and I take a couple steps back.
so modest, and he actually says that out loud. I'm gonna fucking fuck with fate right here. Please, my dear, I simply need you to step forward and just ask.
What's gonna happen?
I genuinely don't know. But it could be great.
Is that last bit out loud or still in whisper point?
No, he's saying this all out loud now.
I really feel safe doing this.
It's the pursuit of arcane knowledge for the betterment of all society. Is that not the most noble endeavor?
No, it's not.
Gregor, I need you to roll me a d20.
This is gonna hurt, but yep, that hurt.
Okay. As you proudly interject, no, it's not. Suddenly, all of the book-like creatures scatter, and there's just this whispered hush throughout all of the atrium. You all feel this cold wind start to blow, sourceless, and you just feel the rumbling of bookcases around you as books begin to just pour on the shelves. And Shaynar, confused, looks around, looking up. Just, what have you done, you insolent fool? Brenna, now! Ask the index! Do it! Do it! Ask it!
No! I'm gonna... No.
You must! I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no!
Oh, boy.
It's a DC 16. Oh, no! You suddenly feel compelled, as he casts suggestion on you, to go and ask the index. And as you walk forward, he says, yes, ask for it. Tell us where to find it. The necromancer...
How far away from the index is she?
She, at this point, she had taken a couple steps back, so I'm saying she's like maybe 15 feet away.
Is there enough time for me to cast Sacred Flame on the index and try to ignite the fucker?
Yeah, I will say. Go ahead and roll damage.
I do not like this asshole right now. Son of a bitch!
You roll the flame and it sails past and sort of just like bounces off harmlessly as Shaynar says, ask for the Necromancer's Manifesto. Where is it? Where is it located? And I need you, Brenna, to make me a charisma saving throw as you feel the words escaping your own mouth into the index against your will.
Question?
What did I do
Question.
to you?
After hearing him say literally the thing I told him not to look for about necromancy, can I just run up to him and be like, I'm done with this, and grab him and just cast Inflict Wounds on him?
I will say he is 60 feet away from you, so you're gonna have to double. You're gonna have to double action.
Yeah, 2 turns.
Yeah. Okay.
So try burning the book too. I'm just saying.
All right. So before anything, I need Brenna to make me a charisma saving throw.
Luke, what did I ever do to you?
You had the highest charisma. Oh. Oh, that's
Okay.
you... Brenna, this is very important. Okay.
I have a Tealeaf point, Luke.
No. Do you want to spend it?
I don't know. Can I hear what
Can I spend Tealeaf points on her behalf?
You cannot spend it on someone else's behalf, unfortunately. Okay.
I'm gonna retire if I live. Honestly,
Okay. You suddenly feel a part of your essence ripped from your very being and drains into the index. As you see, the rest of you see this sort of pink purplish glow come and flow and meld with that translucent moonlight and form into the index. Brenna, you suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
And suddenly, all in an instant, multiple things happen. As you're rushing up, Skamos, you almost hesitate and pause and like go to turn around as you see this happen. Brenna, I'm going to have to whisper you some information about a book called The Necromancer's Manifesto. So we will talk.
No.
There's a blinding flash of white light that kind of blinds all of you momentarily, and as it fades, you turn and look, and there is this, somewhat familiar to a couple of you, massive, hulking ooze of this abominable, alien, grotesque, horrific, shapeless, amorphous blob of this blacky ink substance that is just slowly, like a giant tsunami, rolling towards you, just mauling over all the bookshelves, everything in its path getting devoured, and it's coming fast.
Towards me or everyone?
Towards everyone.
Okay.
You see Shaynar turn, look, and I will give you one action against him, Skamos.
Okay. And this is me just going for his face and just putting it all into them, putting it all into that.
Okay. A 13 misses as he takes
that damn point.
He takes you and kind of like grabs your arm and throws you closer to the thing before he goes to run, and you see him just disappear in a puff of smoke and reappear farther down the hallway, right next to one of the bells, where he sits there, rings it, and disappears.
We gotta get to that bed.
We're not taking any more contracts from this one.
I agree on this matter now.
What are you guys doing?
He made me do it. I don't know.
We gotta get to the bell.
To the bell.
All right.
Make sure that book burns first. I ain't letting him back here.
You guys...
Wait. How close am I to Gregor?
You guys are like right next to each other.
I hand Gregor 2 sticky boom boom.
Oh shit! Sticky boom boom.
Who said don't bring the sticky boom boom to the library?
Oh no, you don't understand, Orsik. I'm not leaving until this book is destroyed, or I'm not leaving at all.
Ooh. All right. As the thing moves faster, I need initiative checks from all of you, just to see how fast it's moving compared to you guys.
Oh, I didn't click my token.
It's okay. There's no tokens. No tokens. Okay. All right. So, Brother Gregor, before anything happens, you're standing there as this tidal wave of this black ooze is looming closer to you. What do you do?
I have the sticky boom boom.
Yeah.
I'm just pushing it on the book and getting ready to blow it.
Okay. So you're about 60 feet away from the book still. So you'd have to run closer to the wave to get to the book.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so double action dash getting closer.
Yep.
And then I'll say bonus action slapping the sticky boom boom on the book.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't ignore that.
Okay. Next up, Skamos, what are you doing?
Oh man.
Andrew, we can go ahead and start the poll now, probably.
I'm pretty sure I can. Can I do is it called Divine Intervention? The one where I can pray to my god to see if I can get something to help with this.
That's only at level 10 mechanically, but I'll say if you want to Hail Mary take a chance at contacting a god, go for it.
Okay, so that's a D100?
Yeah, we're only 1D100.
Okay.
You shout out and pray to any god that will hear you, anything, any name you've heard, and there's nothing but silence as this wave just looms closer to you.
I'm just looking back at him, just like trying to think of help. And it's like there's nothing. I just start booking to the bell.
Okay,
I can't do anything about this.
All right. The wave moves closer to all of you, And at the pace it's moving, it's coming fast. So let's see. Up next, Willow, what are you doing?
So where am I in this room?
So you are right next to Orsik. So here, let me actually
get a map up.
Yeah, we'll just use this. So let's see. We've got. I didn't expect this to go this way, to be perfectly honest. So Willow is like right about here. We've got Orsik is just about here. We've got Gregor is up here, like right next to the book. We've got Brenna, who is also right up next to the book. And we've got Skamos, who's kind of in between the middle point of you two.
Just for reference, can you drop a bell so they know where they got to run to?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So the bell is roughly down here. And the scribbly black madness is
You can't get stuck.
coming for you guys.
There's a script. Oh, so the bell's behind everybody?
Yeah.
You mean? Okay.
So you saw Shaynar just turn and just dimension door, ring the bell.
Gotcha.
Guys, our poll is open for your favorite character tonight. Please get those votes in. This session has been amazing. Remember, the winner of that vote is going to get a free extra bonus Tealeaf point, which they can spend on showing up more often, rolling on epic magical loot, re-rolling critical rolls, or saving up for a backstory mission.
Or re-rolling, your deck save so you don't die.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, Willow, you are right next to Orsik. You look like if you were a full-on dash, you could make it to the bell right now.
Get out of here.
Okay, but what was the boom boom shit?
I got that.
Don't worry about the sticky boom boom.
I got that. Don't worry.
It's on
the book.
Is that on the book?
It's on the book. The charge has been planted.
2 of them have.
Yep.
And our Brenna and whoever's next to her, like
Gregor?
directly next to the book.
They are.
they like?
I am on the book, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I move closer to the bell, but not? Don't touch the bell yet.
Sure. So you can run up to the bell and kind of get ready to pull it, but you haven't pulled it yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. Up next is Brenna. You just see this wave moving closer, and you probably have the best vantage point. You see within this blob, this amorphous mass, just suddenly mouths and tears start to open, and you just see hideous teeth, and occasionally floating you see an eye. You see one orange eye, one blue eye, one green eye, all looking hungry, all looking panicked, and just this ever-increasing momentum coming towards you like this black tidal wave of the void.
All right, well, I'm going to Misty step away from that.
Okay, so that's 30 feet.
Because that's awful. I could walk, but it just seems more impactful. To
So Misty Step will get you right about next to Skamos. And then you could full action dash to get to the bell.
Okay.
From where you are. Yeah.
Full action dash to get to the bell.
Okay, but you cannot ring it this turn. So you're kind of like right next to Willow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look back. What are we doing? What are we going to do? Do we ring it? That's my turn.
Alrighty. After the 8 is Orsik at the natural 1.
All right. Orsik is going to move 30 feet up.
Getting right about to where Skamos is.
And is going to huck one sticky boom boom at the 2 that I imagine that Gregor put on the book.
Okay. Within 30 feet.
Yep.
You lob this little napalm grenade, and it catches and ignites. I need you to roll me the fire damage.
Okay, so there's 3 of them involved.
Yeah.
So that's 3 damage of each? Okay.
Yep. Gregor, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
DC is 12.
Like I'm making this.
Sticky boom boom.
You did not make it.
I did not make it. I knew I was eating this.
Oof. All right. So, Gregor, you take 12 points of fire damage as there's just a small explosion that encapsulates the entire Index Incarnatum. And you.
That's okay.
So it's your movement and action, Orsik. Anything else?
I'm gonna send the Steel Defender back to the bell.
Okay. Steel Defender runs back towards the bell, and it gets with a full action dash. Gets with Brenna and Will. Okay, cool.
It's got 40 feet of movement, so.
Oh, so it's even faster. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Top of the round. Gregor, you're up. You just got exploded. You can feel the searing, burning pain on your forearms and in the gaps of your armor. Your beard is singed. Your elbows and like the space around the ankles where your greaves connect are all just searing in pain.
Book on fire? Yes or no?
It appears to have caught.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back to Skamos and Orsik, and I'm just waiting for it to finish burning.
Okay, just kind of stand there and watch it burn.
Everybody else get out. Now.
All right.
Orsik shakes his head. All together, lad.
No, I don't trust this asshole. If he comes back, I'm waiting for him.
You're right, but it's not worth your life. Everybody out.
All right.
You're gonna have to drag me out of here, Orsik.
After Gregor, Skamos, you're up.
Oh, okay. I look over to Orsik, and I grab Gregor by one of his arms and start pulling him, hoping Orsik pulls the other arms to drag him to the bell.
I have every intention of it.
Oh, okay. So you.
I'm not letting him pull me out. So.
Okay, so this is a contested athletics check then. So Skamos and Gregor, I need athletics checks for a grapple.
Yep.
Damn, my dice are failing me.
All right, so Skamos, you grab Orsik against his will, and you can pull him at half speed.
Gregor, but yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get as far as I can.
Okay, so you guys both move half speed. You're about 45 feet away from the bell.
Okay.
Okay. The wall of black death and darkness moves closer. And it's not so much that it moves, more that it expands to encompass even more. And you see it get right to the fringes of the index. And actually, the interaction is interesting. You watch as this black ooze kind of shies away from the fire at first and kind of like dances around it before you see some of the eyes just sort of ooze and form out of this mass and look. And a giant, massive maw opens and consumes the index, snuffing out the fire.
Hey.
Oh boy.
All right.
So that's up next is Willow, standing right at the bell. Guys, get those votes in. We got maybe about a minute left on the poll.
So we're all just gonna try and get out, or should we?
It's chaos right now. It's up to you. You're right at the bell. You see fire. You see this thing just eat the book.
Ring the bell.
Is that thing a creature technically?
Oh, you don't fucking know. That thing's terrifying.
He didn't plan that far.
Oh, all right. I ring the bell. I'm peace.
All right. Ding! And Willow, you disappear.
I don't wanna.
Okay. After Willow at an 8 is Brenna, standing at the bell.
Oh boy. I can't. The magic. I still know that probably the healing magic doesn't work or anything.
Correct.
I say, "Hang in there, guys," and then I ring the bell.
Ding! All right. You escape. Orsik, you're up. You are
grabbing the other arm and is gonna move with them.
All right. So you move 15 feet to get to Gregor.
Yep.
Gregor, are you still resisting?
Nope.
Okay. Contested athletics checks.
All right.
All right.
Now I roll awesome.
Gregor resists and shoves you out of the way.
Oh.
By the way, before I forget, Gregor, you won the the viewer's choice tonight. So don't let me forget that. Okay.
Not
All right.
like this, lad. Let's get out of here.
All right, Orsik, you've used 15 feet of movement. What are you doing?
I want to keep dragging him, but I can't. So I'm.
You've used your action. Okay, staying with him. Okay. Top of the round at initiative 15. Gregor, you're up. You're currently being dragged by Skamos. You're kind of fighting off Orsik as Skamos is pulling you back.
Free hand, so I'm sacred flaming that freaking black shit that just ate the book.
You throw Sacred Flame at it, and it just absorbs into the blackness. No effect.
Are you going to use some self-preservation here and get to the bell with me?
I told you guys get out first.
Well, now you're coming with us.
Come with us too.
You forgot the foot pedal, or WeeWoo.
You need to come with us too, though.
I'll follow right after you. Get out now.
I got short, stumpy legs. I can't go that fast.
All right.
You damn dwarf.
All right. What do you?
Damn dwarf.
Any movement, Gregor? Are you staying put?
No, I'm gonna start. Letting Skamos drag me back.
Okay. So Skamos, it's your turn.
Okay.
You guys moving. So it's like pseudo resisting.
Yeah. With Orsik, quote unquote, helping me. Do I get advantage of doing this at all, or
so I would say
can we just drag him?
You guys are running together at this point, basically linked arm in arm. You're about 45 feet away from the book. So if you guys all burn your action to dash together, you can make it to the bell.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
All rush and simultaneously almost reaching, diving, pulling the bell. You all ding, ding, ding.
On the way out, the Steel Defender rings the bell.
Easy enough. I assume he had already rung the bell. You guys end up back in Shaynar's laboratory.
Oh, this is not
and
going well.
You smell a faint smell of brimstone. And you look around, and there's no sign of Shaynar. You're just alone in his laboratory, and it seems like the book itself is gone. However, you do find seemingly the place looks torn apart in a sense. Like Shaynar rang the bell, came in here, grabbed whatever the fuck he could, and then pieced out. So you do find a small, or actually a rather large sack of gold that it looks like he opened, grabbed a couple handfuls full, and left the rest. And so all of you are going to gain, I'll say 800 gold apiece.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like it for his money anyways.
You all are also going to gain 650 experience, so make sure you keep track of that on your character sheets.
650?
Yep, so 800 GP, 650 EXP. And you have all earned a Tealeaf point.
Oh.
Gregor, you have earned 2 Tealeaf points.
Nice.
Yes?
As we depart, I throw the last sticky boom boom into the lab.
Okay.
That's my boy, Orsik.
Okay, so how much XP was that again? Sorry,
so it's 800 gold and 650 experience.
Yeah.
Okay. You've all earned 1 Tealeaf point. Gregor, you have earned the bonus Twitch chat Tealeaf point, and the DM's choice tonight is going to go to Pengy. Welcome.
Yeah.
So go ahead and there's usually a spot on the character sheet somewhere. Just keep track of how many Tealeaf points you have.
So what was that then?
So if you on your character sheet, so somewhere like right here, I'll add that there for you. So you have 2. So just the spot to keep track of them. If you see it right above your dark vision,
Gotcha.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, wrong button. Ignore that again.
No worries. Okay. So you also notice that as you exit the now smoldering laboratory, a couple of the objects from the what's it called? The archive came with you. Namely, the lab coat and the gloves that you found in that little chemistry lab. So we're going to do magic items now, guys. So the way this works, because we have a new member here, is we're going to go over all of the rollover magic items that haven't been bid on yet. It's kind of like a DKP system. I don't know if you ever played like World of Warcraft or anything.
No.
Okay, so I'll explain.
If you want something, bid on it. If you don't want it, let it pass.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you lose the bid, you don't lose the point.
Right. So there's no harm in bidding unless you get the item.
Or bidding Tealeaf points?
You're bidding Tealeaf points, yes.
Okay.
So
and you can bid the one that you just got.
Okay.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, 2, correct. That's right.
So the command to whisper is in the Roll20 chat now. It's without W space GM. That'll whisper it to me, and then the number of points you want to bid, either 1 or 2. That way, there's no counter bidding wars between players. It's all secret, and then I will, going once, going twice. Whoever bids the highest gets it.
Luke.
Yes.
The last time I played was the time that I almost died.
Correct. Yep.
And I had no points going in. I used the point I earned that session to not die.
Correct.
So I just have 1 point right now.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. So, going over the rollover magic item. This has got 1 more week after this, and then it's going to be put into the shop. So this pop-up should pop up for all of you guys, I think. This is the Whaler's Armor. It is a magical set of hide armor, finely crafted for those who work in Midnight Sea. Gives you a +1 bonus to your AC while you wear it, including the benefits of normal hide armor. And in addition, you also gain resistance to cold and fire damage. Not too shabby. Although hide armor is fairly uncommon. But if you're interested in the Whaler's Armor, go ahead and get your bids in now. Going twice. Alrighty, didn't think so. So, the Whaler's Armor will roll over. It has left before it enters the shop, and someone can buy it for gold. Let me save that now. Okay. Up next, we have the lab coat and the gloves that are both magical. So, as a party, which would we like to... Actually, we'll go over what they both do. I got to remember to do this in the future, too. We'll go over what they both do, and you guys can decide which one gets bid on first.
Yeah.
Okay, so... The lab coat is the coat of laboratory safety. It was once worn by a famous alchemist, Osha. It is legendary and requires attunement. This is a fucking nice lab coat. While wearing the magical lab coat, your charisma and intelligence scores both increase by 1. You also gain resistance to acid and fire damage.
That's dope.
Very nice lab coat.
That is very nice.
The gloves, that's why it's legendary.
Yeah.
The gloves are the gloves of curiosity. They also require attunement. Wearing these magical gloves, allow you to closely inspect any object you hold. While wearing these gloves, you may add double your investigation check made to discern the nature of an object. You may also cast the Identify spell at will as a ritual. Once per day, you may cast Fabricate spell using these gloves on a material you can hold within your hands. So.
Oh my goodness.
What do we want to bid on first, guys? The gloves or the lab coat?
I'm going to say the gloves.
I'm going to say the gloves just so that we can bid his point and get it over with.
No, I have 2 points.
Any objections on starting with the gloves? Okay, so bidding on the gloves of curiosity. If you are interested in these magical gloves, go ahead and bid your Tealeaf points now. Going once. Going twice. Sold to WeeWoo for 1 Tealeaf point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So WeeWoo, go ahead and do me a favor and just copy and paste all that over to your character sheet so I can delete the handout.
Can do.
All right. And up next, the big one, guys. The Coat of Laboratory Safety. If you're interested in this legendary robe, go ahead and get those Tealeaf points in now. Going once. Going twice. Any last bids before we call it, guys? Alrighty. We have a winner. Miss Kelbrina, you have the Code of Laboratory Safety. Because you are correct, I did forget that you won the fan favorite last time, so you did spend 1 but gained 3. So, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, you spent 1 but gained 2, and then you also gained 1 tonight. So.
Yes, I have 2. My lovely husband reminded me in a message. Nice. Cool.
I was hoping you'd only commit once, so it'd come down to a roll, and then you'd win the roll. Because I don't win rolls.
Alrighty, so
nice.
There we have it. So go ahead and copy and paste all that. Adjust your stats accordingly. That is a badass coat.
That's an awesome item.
That's well worth the 2 points.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna save a picture of it so I know how ridiculous it looks for the future because this is not my aesthetic, but that's fine. It will keep me safe.
It's an awesome item either way.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Did anyone else bid, or did I just waste 2 points for no reason?
Oh no, I bid.
There's at least one other bid.
So I accidentally tricked you guys. But pretending I only had 1 point.
No, I wasn't gonna go without a bid on either one of them.
Gotcha.
I had to go with try and get both.
It's mostly the aesthetic of Orsik in a lab coat with these fancy gloves.
I'm sorry.
And the goggles.
I'm sorry.
And the goggles, that is quintessentially, dwarven artificer right there.
Sword and axe, so it's weird.
Where should I put treasure? There we go.
Yeah, there's a spot for treasure.
Cool.
All right. I think this may have been the first time no one even went down.
Yep,
So
being noticed.
Mechanics about the archive are interesting in that it is simultaneously very difficult and very easy to die. It's just you die in different ways. So that's all I will say.
None of this group here even went down in this adventure.
Nope.
Yeah, that.
Luke, what happened to my soul? Did my soul go down? I don't know.
No, essentially it's you ask something of the index. You have to make a charisma save, and depending on the result of that charisma save, you suffer a certain number of levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
And was enough to fail the save, but not fail it by hard enough, so that you only took 1 point.
Cool. I'm glad I'm not like evil deep in my heart, so that's nice.
No, you just have access to lost secret occult information now that we'll talk about.
He's gonna kidnap me.
Maybe. Hi, kitty. Come here, buddy.
That would certainly lead to an interesting mission.
It would indeed.
Yeah.
Back to Brenna.
And Shannar getting punched in the face the next time we see him.
Yeah, I mean,
and then,
I'm already getting that. I'm getting the ball rolling on that. Don't worry.
There will be a revenge mission. Don't worry.
Sure.
I have a personal vendetta now for him because of what he was looking for.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. That was an absolute blast. That was so much fun. I've used the Accursed Archive as a sort of side plot hook in adventures before, and I could not resist including it in this West Marches campaign. So maybe we'll see more of it in the future. We will see. I hope so, because this is so much fun. But thank you guys for being amazing players. Pengy, welcome. I hope you had a blast.
Thanks, I did.
Awesome. And we at the game room are going to raid out like we usually do. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We'll catch you next week with Shiana's backstory mission. It's going to be also epic.
Very nice.
Alrighty, guys. We love you. Stay safe out there.
Thanks for playing.
Yep.
Hug a cat. Thanks for playing, everybody. Check you later.
Bye.
Yep.
I guess.